short little vacay.
Why, hello there.
Hello.
And we're going to pick up just about where we left off last time with this party.
Jailbreak.
Yeah, after a brief recap, the party has seemingly finished their task within the Feywild. Not quite in the way that was expected of them.
Have we really, though?
Eh. They came under the auspices of discovering the whereabouts of 3 of the major Archfey and pushing them into performing their tasks again. First, they found Varanestra, the Archfey of Revelry, trapped within her own palace by some sort of goo creatures. Then they proceeded into the woods of the Feywild to free the Archfey of the forest, Relkath, from some strange fungal infection that had begun to overrun his glade.
I'm really hating these descriptions.
Returning back to Malkiel, the city proper, the group decided it was best to find the final Archfey of trickery, Skalai, by mocking him in public. This plan worked. In a different way than anticipated, possibly. The Archfey arrived, lifting Sybil up into the air mid-taunt, choking her off while seemingly teleporting the group to a distant area. The group immediately engaged in combat, slaying the Archfey after a somewhat pitched battle wherein it was almost a slaughter. It was soon obvious that the place he had taken the party was in fact an illusion, where they were surrounded by a group of people that had gathered to watch the mocking. A group of people that had witnessed the murder of one of the lords of the Feywild. Swiftly, the city guard began to come, seeking the source of the commotion. Upon finding this, they began looking for the suspects. Sybil and Avori were able to slip away unnoticed, while Clive and Maria hadn't really been seen in the first place, so were able to vanish off into the crowd. Kess and Minnow, for their part, decided to take the blame as much as they could to give the party some time to figure out what to do. Kess and Minnow were apprehended and taken to prison. The rest of the group was found by Oberon, Sybil's patron, whereupon he gave them the task of rescuing their friends lest they be killed, because that's the due process in the Feywild, apparently. So they proceeded to instigate a jailbreak. But not before Minnow was tricked into giving a confession of murder. Stuck in cells, Kess and Minnow could do nothing but wait, even though Kess was attempting the whole time to get free and putting up a fight. The rest of the group snuck through some of the through some of the Fey sewers that they found were not very sewer-like. Climbing through these to find themselves within the prison, orchestrating a small breakout from their friends by handing Kess her hammer of breaking, basically, Shatter Spike, allowing her the ability to break through just about anything. Escaping back down through the sewers, they quickly began to cross the large bridge that separated the prison from the entrance of the sewers from whence they came. Kess, turning to look back at the guards that had begun to rush down, brought her hammer down upon the bridge, breaking it off and securing their escape.
And it was really fucking cool.
Yeah.
So we are picking up right there. You guys are within the sewers still, standing on the other end of what was once a bridge and is now just a gaping chasm. You do see that there are guards on the other side, stopped short by the lack of stone beneath their feet now. One or two had fallen in pretty much immediately, tumbling forward with a scream that was short-lived before being swallowed up by the roaring sounds of a waterfall beneath you.
Oop.
Behind you is the exit that you know lead back to the city streets of Malkiel. Do you guys proceed that way?
Well,
Yeah, I feel like booking it is a good option.
Yeah, let's
probably.
cheese it.
Okay.
Navori makes sure to keep close to everyone because Pass Without a Trace is still up.
Okay.
So they cannot be
Um,
tracked.
All right. So, under the thin veil of darkness that has fallen over you, thanks to Navori's spell, you guys scramble out, heading up a curving path that ascends upwards to the fallen grate that was the entrance to these sewers. Emerging
Totally
back,
put it back.
yeah, giving that a brief little shove to dislodge it, you guys find yourselves back in the darkened city of Malkiel. As you emerge onto the streets, you immediately notice and not the natural silence of nighttime, but the unnatural silence of something being smothered. Then the third thing you notice is that the air feels thin, almost like the air on a cold winter day, but without the bite of the chill on your tongue. It's not difficult to breathe, but it's uncomfortable. The alleyway that you are now in, well, it's less of an alleyway and more of like just the side of a building that you climbed down out of, or climbed up out of. The street in front of you is empty. What are you guys doing?
Sybil looks around at the horrible, disquieting quiet and is like, wow, sure screwed the pooch on that one. And then she's quiet for a minute and looks at Boon and says, sorry.
Boon doesn't seem like he gets it.
Good.
Navori's like, it's too quiet here. You think there's like a fucking spell about?
Cass is gonna shove her arm back through her shield and keep her hammer in hand. And she's gonna peek her head out and see what she sees.
Navori is absolutely stealthing, by the way. She doesn't like it. She's trying to keep as hidden as possible.
Cass is not stealthing, she's just being subtle.
Okay. Give me a perception check.
Hey.
Didn't show up. There it is. Okay. You put your head out into the street looking around, and you notice that there is absolutely nobody out in the streets, and the doors to the various shops and homes are fastened shut. There's no sign of them, like having recently been opened. It seems like everything has been closed.
This is
We've
a
gotta
bit.
get to
Cass walks out into the street.
Are those
This is
ogres
a bit
still there?
suspicious.
Yeah.
Do you think this is the cover that
Navori's
Oberon is
gonna-
planning?
Navori kind of sticks her dagger out to look around because she's specifically looking for those ogre-like things that were guards before.
Okay. Make a perception check.
Boy. Okay. Whole 15.
Okay.
Cass.
Yeah, you can too if you'd like.
No, Cass is just she's not hugging any walls, she's walking straight
Oh,
out into the
okay.
open.
Navori, you don't see anything.
Okay.
Or I mean, you see the streets, you just don't see anything that what you're looking for.
All right. She's just like, it's fucking weird. There were fucking guards out here before.
I was like, yeah, listen, it's
I know
worry
our-
is good, but
I
let's
know
get
Yeah,
to
no, let's get out of here.
I know our escape wasn't exactly completely silent, but we couldn't have alerted the whole city that fast, could we?
I mean,
If I remember right, like across the way there were like bushes and stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Navari's gonna, as sneakily as she can, try to get over into the bushes on the other side.
Okay. Make a stealth check.
Boy. Hold on a sec. I don't remember if Pass Without a Trace doesn't give advantage. It just gives
No, you get your
Plus
plus
10.
10.
Okay. Whoops. 21 plus 10. So 31.
Okay. Taking advantage of the stifling quiet, you're able to head off across the street, and her sound actually tapers off pretty quick as Navori trots across and then dives into the bushes, vanishing briefly before those of you that know what to look for see the tip of her horns poking out. So, Kess, you're just moving down the street?
Yep.
yeah, Sybil's not gonna let her do that alone, so Sybil's gonna go along with her.
Clive's gonna bring up the and kind of, do his Clive thing, keep an eye out for shit.
I mean,
Cass-
Navori's absolutely going with them, but she's staying hidden.
Tess knows who she is as a person and like trying to stealth and chainmail. She's not gonna do it, so she's gonna present her like a target.
Oh, Sybil just loves attention. So,
that's fair.
Yet again, they're
Sybil-
all gonna get
Sybil
stuck
saw
in the
something
theater, except
saw
Navori.
Cat. Yeah, Sybil saw Cass doing something cool, and she's like, I gotta do that too.
yeah.
Gotta.
Well, you guys head down the street completely unchallenged, at least for a time. You do immediately notice as you start walking down the street that everything around you is muffled, even the sound. Sybil and Cass, you two notice this particularly. The sound of one another, just basic movement sound, is severely muffled. And then you feel a slight breeze behind you. And you continue walking, and then you see a small whirlwind of flower petals push past you. And they're not going terribly fast as they wind past you and just drift on down the pathway set before you.
What color are they?
They are yellow.
Okay, Sybil's gonna follow that.
Is it the same direction they're going in, or is it
Yes.
the opposite? Okay.
I will note that as Sybil is walking, it's not immediately apparent, as so many things that she does usually are. But at some point, she's just stopped having a normal person's face and body and looks like someone has stitched a Sybil out of cloth with like button eyes and like yarn hair, and it's not apparent what happened there. But
Raggedy Sybil.
yeah.
Fine.
All right.
That's weird as fuck.
Yeah, that is weird.
But she does look to Cass and she says, I think that's Oberon. Probably. Maybe this is his doing, at least I hope it is, so let's follow. But her mouth doesn't move.
Cass looks down at like button-eyed Sybil, and like there's a look on her face, like just on like the lower half of her face that you can see, and it's definitely looking like she's gonna say something, and then she just, you know what? It's not worth it. So
Sybil looks to Cass and then looks down towards the flower petals and doesn't seem to compute.
and Cass motions her head because she seems like she knows where she's going, and takes up position like a foot or so behind,
Alright.
like
well,
a good
Sybil's
bodyguard.
Sybil's gonna go and follow that and hope it doesn't get them all killed.
Okay.
Oh,
You follow
that is
this.
solid.
You
Sorry.
follow this trail of flower petals as they go, and they do drop one or two petals as the breeze takes them, sort of laying out a pathway for you in case you lose sight of it, which you do once or twice. In fact, everyone make perception check roll.
Oh no. 1!
A 17.
Yeah,
Oh no!
Oh my god.
Team 1!
Clive is like, it's that way.
Well,
Don't worry, you're gonna
actually-
save everyone.
Clive, you notice that the color is slowly being drained out of the surrounding. Everything's kind of slowly going grayscale. It's a very
Clive,
gradual process, so the rest of you don't notice it.
Does
Clive.
Navori notice?
anyone else notice the color? Color's
already
fading
know.
from everything.
Damn.
Cass looks
Sybil-
down at herself. It's really
Sybil
easy to
turns
tell.
back to look at Clive.
Yeah, Navori's like, what do you mean?
It's not
Stop,
happening
always
to
gets
you as
like that.
people.
Huh. Just the surroundings?
Yes.
So they're what, like a greeny gray now?
Sort of. Now that it's pointed out, it's pretty obvious that it's not normal nighttime grayscale. It is like somebody is kind of draining the color out of things.
We're being pulled into a noir.
Oh my
Kinda.
god.
And
Are
Clive
the
looking.
petals still yellow?
Yes.
Hmm.
Clive, looking behind you, though, you notice that it is completely grayed out behind you, almost like there's a gray fog chasing you, but it's still visible. It's just kind of closing in on the street, killing the visibility of anything save for the street. It's like you're being boxed in by fog, almost.
Sybil says, even though she has no official knowledge on this, maybe this is like some sort of, I mean, I guess we've only ever traveled between planes through portals. Maybe we're in a liminal space.
Clive just shrugged. He has absolutely no idea what's going on.
Maria just looks uncomfortable.
Eyes away.
Navori doesn't know
Just
shit
remain
about...
close.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Navori doesn't know shit about magic, but she's kind of like vaguely, sort of under her breath, whispering to her deity, like, you know what the fuck this is? What's this about, man? And she's gonna try to see if she can discern any kind of thing about what this might be while they're going.
Make a religion check, since you are beseeching your god for some knowledge.
A whole average.
It is silent. The silence seems to extend even towards the sense of something you would get from your deity normally.
It's like, don't like that.
Clive, once more you look over your shoulder, notice this grayscale's chasing you. Not
Yeah.
terribly quick yet, but it's
We,
encroaching.
We need to get moving.
Alright, so, all in favor of running?
Yeah, let's hurry the fuck up. I don't know why we went in the first place.
Yeah, alright. Sybil's just gonna, go fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair.
Escape from the city. Follow me,
No.
set me free.
Trust me.
We will escape from the city.
Alright, I need everybody to make athletics checks.
Okay.
Where is my athletics?
Athletics. Oh god. Well,
20, 22.
Beautiful.
Oh,
Natural
wait.
20.
That should
Jocks.
Yes, we are.
that should be a 20.
Okay.
Gotta be
Minnow,
athletics and not
Sybil,
acrobatics.
and Clive, you guys get going. Despite the world closing in around you seemingly, and it's picking up speed, you guys are not distracted by this, making decent progress. Maria and Kess, both of you are somewhat on guard. Kess, you in particular are the type to anticipate a fight, and this seems like a fight's trying to come to you.
Yeah.
So you're a bit more on guard, making sure everybody else is on stable footing. Maria, you are somewhere else as far as your trauma is concerned.
Yeah,
Her
absolutely.
soundtrack is playing.
Yeah.
It's incredibly triggering.
And Navori, you step out into the street and trip and fall.
No!
Cass is gonna go back and pick her up.
Okay.
Not like
Um,
actually pick her, but like pick her up and
Yeah.
put her back. on
Oh,
her
I
feet.
was gonna say, please
Before-
fire and carry her.
As you are getting close enough to pick her up, the lack of color reaches you, Navori,
Oh boy.
and you feel something tug at your foot first and foremost, and it feels like a very cold hand is gripping you, and it's slowly trying to pull you back, but you're not physically being pulled by any means. And your leg
Fucking
goes
hates
numb.
it.
Your leg just goes completely numb. And before anything can really catch up to you too much, Kess is there helping you to your feet. And you guys get moving as soon as you can. But your right leg, which had been splayed out just a little bit behind the rest of you, is numb in the way that like your foot's fallen asleep, but it's not really changing. Like it's not getting better.
Okay. And Mori's like, I don't fucking like this. I don't like this. Help.
All right, hang on. How much does Navori weigh?
Oh my god, she's pretty fucking light.
Alright. And how much does her equipment weigh?
It's daggers, so not much.
Yeah, I'd
mean,
say
I-
all told, Navori's probably like 95 pounds, maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's like the lightest one. She's probably even lighter than Boon.
She's got hollow bones.
She used to be able to fly once.
Yeah.
95 all told.
Yeah, let's say that.
All right, that does not put that does not put Kess over her carrying capacity. So she's just gonna straight up pick Navori up
Just
and like
hoist Navor.
haul it,
I
tucks her under her arm.
I want Tess to see how much of the party she can pick up and carry at once.
Yes.
Her push, drag, and lift is 540 pounds.
Holy
her carrying
shit.
capacity
Oh my
is
God.
270. So
I think she could do it.
Nice.
yeah, she could just lift everyone at once. Just
I
bend
love it.
everyone.
So you follow you guys are all kind of following Sybil. Several of you are close to her, the others are lagging behind just a little bit. Sybil, you are still following this trail of yellow flower petals. And they are speeding up as the gray nothing is starting to catch up to you guys. And then they take a sharp left, disappearing into the thickening cloud of nothingness that is starting to form to your left. You see the petals dropping across the ground, leading into this big cloud of fog that is starting to roll in. And beyond this fog cloud, you are able to see that the petals had taken the left that would lead you out of the city towards the bridge. What do you do?
So wait.
Wait, there's only one way to go, right?
There was the street that was going straight, and then there's taking a left to get out of the city, basically.
But
Oh.
is taking a left to get out of the city, is that into the gray stuff?
It's on, well, you don't know. it is where the gray stuff is. The gray stuff is on either side of you guys, but it hasn't fully caught up yet.
Okay, so
There-
it's
So the
fine.
fog leading up, the fog
Not-
that's in the area leading towards the bridge is not the same
Yeah,
thing as what.
That's what I was.
It is not completely obscured by this fog.
Okay.
yet.
All right.
Alright, I'm gonna go to the bridge.
Okay. You take a left, hitting this fog, and okay, yeah. You feel this tingling sensation against your skin. All of you do, since I'm assuming everybody follows into this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, it-
Hurrying to get ahead of this stuff, you feel it feels like tiny hands are clinging to your skin, trying to pull things out of you.
Perfect.
It's sort of like tiny hands trying to pluck out your arm hairs.
Oh God.
Is what
Very
it feels
bad.
like.
Joke's on them, Sybil doesn't have arm hairs.
Neither does Minnow.
Yeah, that's just what it feels like. It's just very uncomfortable and strange. But you make it out onto the other side, and yes, the fog hasn't really been rolling out into the city so much as it was trying to form a wall between you and the outside world. You are on the other side of this, and looking out in front of you now, the yellow flower petals are caught in a small whirlwind. Right in front of the platform that begins the Rainbow Bridge. Behind you is this rolling fog wall that has blocked your passage back into the city. In front of you, looking past where the bridge would roll out, you see the forest. It's deep and dark. Do you just head out to where the bridge should be?
I mean,
Yep.
We've
Yeah.
come this far.
nowhere else to go, really. I don't think.
Okay. You rush up to the edge of the cliff where the bridge would start, and it takes a moment or two for the bright colors of the rainbow to flare to life, stretching wide across the chasm. You guys start heading on across.
Fucking book it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry, 1 second. Nope.
Mm.
Yep.
Worrying, muttering.
nervous jittering.
All right, Navori, Kess, Clive. Yeah, just you guys.
No, what?
As you're running, you do notice that the bridge beneath you is losing some of the solidness.
Oh boy.
The colors are not fading so much as they're starting to or they are fading, but it's not like the same gray scale that had been taking over the city. It's just like the bridge is slowly losing strength.
how far are they from like the end?
Gauging it, Clive, you're able to tell that you're only about a quarter of a mile away from the edge before these colors start fading. So you're
How
close.
fast does it look like it's fading?
Not terribly.
Is it fading? Is all of it fading, or is it like behind them or in front of them?
It's all just
Okay.
underneath your feet. All you see is that the colors are starting to fade away a little bit.
All right, Nabori's like, we gotta hurry the fuck up. This thing is I feel like this is gonna drop out underneath us. Nabori
doesn't-
says as she's being carried by Cat.
Yeah, Cass doesn't say anything and she just keeps running.
Yeah, well, there's no stopping. I'm assuming they're all still booking it as hard as.
Yeah.
Hmm. What's the marching order here, by the way?
I
I'm
don't
assuming it's Cass and Navori taking up the rear, and Sybil at the front.
I'm
Okay.
guessing like probably like Sybil in front, and then either Maria or Minnow next.
I feel like Minnow's pretty close to Sybil because she got that natural 20.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
Clive is probably like in a little ways in front of Minnow or Minnow. Fuck. Wow, names Kess and Navori, but is probably like behind the rest of them a little.
Yeah.
Since he wasn't in front when they were marching through the city.
Mario's
Right.
right in front of Clive because she's just kind of like, get me the fuck out of here.
All right. Kess and Eivor, I need you guys to make dexterity saving throws. Kess, with
Oh, boy.
Kess with disadvantage.
No!
Oh god.
Uh,
Dexterity.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. I'm rolling real bad tonight.
All right.
To be fair, Navori's she's like being carried. She can't really do anything.
Yeah. Which means that. So the rest of you guys set foot onto solid ground right before the bridge vanishes. It just gives out like a flashlight turned off. Kessinavori, you are just about to the edge, but not quite. And
Oh.
because of Navori's weight and Kess, just with how concerned you are with carrying this weird little girl, you both begin to fall.
Okay. So here's what's gonna happen. Cass is gonna fucking chuck Navori.
I was gonna say she's gonna fucking fastball pitch Navori.
Make a strength roll.
Can I expend a smite as divine
Oh,
energy to
God.
give me advantage?
Oh my fucking god.
Let me look at this real quick. A good question.
I mean, it's not in the rules, but
Yeah, it's interesting though.
yeah.
Yeah, if they start to fall, Navori's immediately gonna like.
Yeah, you know what,
she's
Kess,
gonna
you can do
bless
that.
Kess.
Okay. Cool.
Based on who your patron is and the symbol of your patron, yes.
Cool.
Okay.
Navori's gonna bless like Kess. Well,
You do not have the time to.
Bless this
Really?
cast.
Because that's an action, and technically actions are part of a turn, which is 6 seconds. So Kess is
How-
the only one really able to
I
react
have a
swiftly.
I have
So-
a question though.
1 second.
Once you're done.
So, Kess, as you two begin to fall, you don't even mutter a prayer so much as you just deny the possibility of this, and your conviction gives you the strength to grab Navori and just chuck her up. And briefly, there's a flare of great owl-like wings that don't spread around Navori so much as just kind of push out behind her, giving her just the bare extra lift to give her enough clearance to grab onto the edge of the ledge and scramble up. You continue to fall, however.
Okay,
Yep.
I have a question.
yeah,
Mhm.
can Navori
Okay.
bless Kess now? Like,
Yes, Navori, as you hit the ground, you immediately utter a quick, wordless prayer, and Kess, you are now blessed for whatever good that might do.
So
Hey.
here's a bad idea, but
Mhm.
I'm gonna do it. Would it be possible for Sybil to grab the end of Maria's rope harness and just start booking it towards the cliff edge?
Yes!
Oh,
Yes!
To Geronimo down.
Unravel it!
Maria, do you have some of that rope free?
Yeah.
Okay.
She keeps it free like a coil at her hip.
Yeah, then by all means, Sybil, you rush over, grab a length of the rope, and just book it.
When
Mario
Clive
just
sees
braces
what's about to
herself.
happen, sees what's about to happen, he runs over to Maria and like grabs her and is like ready to use himself as like a brace to keep
Yeah.
Maria from going with Sybil.
Exactly. Anchor time. Be the rock, Maria.
Oh my god.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, so
The
Sybil's
marble.
gonna bungee jump the fuck down. Like, unless
Alright.
someone stops her.
Does anyone have time to stop her?
Right.
Probably
I don't
not.
think so.
Yeah, no. So, Sybil, you immediately grab the rope and leap, holding on to this length of rope as hard as you can.
Mm-hmm.
I need you to make an acrobatics roll.
Why? I'm only good at athletics. Can I use athletics?
No.
Come on,
no,
Jock
You're in,
friend.
you're in the air.
Yeah, you're in the air right now.
15.
Okay. You get a pretty good leap off of the edge because you can't just fall. If you just fell, you'd be hitting
Yeah.
jagged rocks. So you get some clearance and leap off, holding onto this rope, wrapping it around your fist, and immediately you're like, "This is gonna suck."
Yeah.
I need both of you, Kess and Sybil, to make. Let's see.
My anxiety is through the roof.
Oh. Make dexterity rolls. Why not?
Oh my
Just
god.
straight dex.
Straight dexterity? So wait, is it plus our dex bonus or just...
So
Plus
it's
your
not
dex
a saving
mod.
throw.
Yeah, not a
Okay,
saving
okay.
throw.
Damn it.
What's your modifier?
Oh my
Hey.
god.
Okay.
Okay. Well.
Wait,
so,
wait,
Sybil,
wait.
Let me.
I
okay,
want to
no,
use
what
luck.
do you do? Oh, okay. Use luck.
I hope this doesn't turn out bad. No!
Well, you get to choose, don't you? For
Do
luck?
I?
I think you do.
You can. Okay, yeah, I use the 12. Fuck it.
Okay. Well, you leap down and you start falling quicker than you thought you would. Suddenly, you realize I'm bad at math, and I don't understand how physics works. Shit. However, Kess, you see this woman diving down after you, and instinctually you reach up your hand to grab her outstretched hand, and your hands clasp at the wrists. It hurts. It is a very hard tug on both of you. Sybil, it feels like the arm holding the rope is going to snap.
Mm-hmm.
But the descent stops. Maria,
Oh boy.
there
we go.
Yeah. Make an athletics roll with advantage.
Okay.
This is like, it's as if the cloud tower was foreshadowing.
Oh my god.
Oh gosh.
Whew.
Nori's gonna. Oh hey. Sick.
Alright, Maria and Clive, or Clive, you feel Maria start to, she jerks forward as their downward momentum stops. And you dig your heels in, and Maria, after a moment of, oh shit, what's happening, you two dig your heels in, and you start to pull back a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's very heavy. Yeah, what's up?
Minnow would help as soon as the rope went taut to start like pulling.
Yeah.
Okay.
toward them.
Navari's gonna hang over the side, and she wants to help, but she's a weenie. But can she use lightning learn?
Yeah, sure.
She doesn't. I mean, she doesn't know what's going on, but she just really wants Kess and
Let me.
Sybil to come back. So she's gonna try to use lightning lure on Kess. Sorcerers, man.
Yeah, I'm just gonna pull up your spell list instead of using Spellbot.
What does that do?
It.
Doesn't it yank the target to you?
Yeah, that's what it does.
All right, who are you using it on?
The heavy one.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kess is Lorch.
She's gonna try. She's gonna use it on Kess because that's what she's thinking about.
Okay.
And it's probably not smart, but you know, I mean,
Not at all.
None of this is smart.
Kess, make a strength saving throw.
Sure.
Oh, damn. Well, Navor, she doesn't make it, so she gets pulled up.
Does Sybil get pulled up in turn because Kess is holding?
Yeah.
I mean,
Sybil?
if they're
Yeah.
attached, I would imagine so.
So, Navori, the sight before you is initially horrifying, actually. You look down and you get a grasp of how dire the situation is more than anyone else really can see right now. And you see that Kess and Sybil are dangling over a drop so far that you can barely see the bottom. Sybil is grimacing in very obvious pain. This is incredibly painful for her. And Kess is hanging on stoically, trying to do her utmost to make this less painful.
So better clench them teeth.
Yeah. So, Navori, instinctually you call out to something, and a streak of lightning arcs forth. Roll damage.
Let me see.
Actually, wait, nope. You don't roll
Yeah.
damage.
Yeah,
Not
that
close
happens
enough.
afterwards.
Also not close enough. This... How to describe it? It is like a small bolt of lightning shoots out of Navori and arcs around you, Kess, and then just pushes you up a little bit. And in most cases, this would be incredibly hurtful. And not in my feelings, but in the sense that you just got shocked in the back. It doesn't leave you close enough to anything that would ground you, however, so it just kind of passes through you. It's a very tingly sensation for both you and Sybil, and it pushes you up 10 feet. And another thing that could happen in this situation is this would make things worse. However, since people are already pulling you back, it just gives them more chance to pull back on you. And thanks to the efforts of Minnow, Clive, and Maria, you guys are dragged back up, pushing up against these rocks, jagged and scraping up against you.
With
Over the edge, and you're on solid ground.
Kess does her best to use her, because it would have been her shield hand that she grabbed Sybil with. So she does her best to kind of like get her shield in between the rocks there.
Sybil, you have taken 5 damage, by the way.
That's fine.
Yeah. Both of your arms are incredibly not sore. They hurt. You're pretty sure the arm that was holding on to the rope is just dislocated.
Yeah, I know. I figured.
Navori, like, she goes over immediately. She's like, oh gosh, are you okay?
Sybil, her arm is limp in the socket, and Sybil is, like, not even... She's in shock, basically. She's back to her normal face, and she's just sitting there, ponytail, like, half torn out, like...
Navori's she's gonna fucking heal him. Like...
Okay. Cass, you hadn't taken any damage other than, well, whatever pride damage you might have taken from that.
No. That did not take any pride damage at all. She's very proud of Sybil.
Yeah, or proud damage.
Jesus. Yeah, Navori's
she
healing word.
Okay. Roll your heal for Sybil.
Let's see.
So Sybil's the only one that took any actual damage through that.
Yeah, trying to figure out what.
Heal me with your words. Sing to me the song of your people.
It's basically just fuck.
Good song.
Hey, a whole five.
Hey! Now she's all back to her
Your arm's still dislocated, but it doesn't hurt.
Navori's trying to help with that.
Tess like sets a hand on, like, she catches up, she like crawls up the rest of the way, and she sets a hand on Sybil's head, like a little pat. She's like, good job. And then she reaches down with both her other hands and sets Sybil's shoulder.
Good distraction.
Do you
Yeah.
need to roll for that, or
And then she, like, at the same time, like, her hands, you can feel this, like, cool shock almost, but it's healing because she can do that.
Okay. Yeah, it is briefly painful before that cool minty healing
Yeah.
settles. Yeah,
Menthol healing.
menthol heal.
Perfect.
Clive is like found something to like lean against and just like breathing in exertion and like rubbing sweat off of his face.
Sybil?
Clive looks over to Sybil. He's like, "Good job, kid. Don't ever do
Yeah,
something like that again."
Wait, yeah, I really don't. This was the best teamwork we've ever done, really.
Navori hugs Sybil, and then she immediately goes over and hugs Cass. It's just like, thank you, holy shit!
And then there's
Cass just,
Boon
like,
is- Boon is
pats
in-
her.
Boon is in both of their faces, by the way, doing like that thing that dogs do when they want to check on you.
Aw.
Aw.
Sybil's like, my legs feel like wet pasture, but we really have to keep, and she just points
You know
back
what?
towards the city.
What does the city look like at the moment?
I was gonna
Yeah.
say, Minnow, make a perception roll.
Oh, good. Oh, God, no.
The cat wants to make a perception.
He does. Good boy. Nice.
Well, you're the only one that's not completely worn out temporarily by what just happened. So, looking down at the group after what just happened, you're letting them have their little moment before you look back to the city. And you see that this gray fog is slowly encompassing the entire city in the distance.
So, based on the things that like Clive has seen since he's got here, like been here, does this look like something that happens normally, or like that one of the Archfey would do?
You don't need to roll to figure out. No.
Something is wrong, like very
well-
wrong, or
It's not right, but you also don't know the full scope of what's possible here.
that's
So,
true.
I have another question. Is Navori's leg still numb?
So, fun fact about that.
Oh boy.
It is still numb and the color is gone.
Oh. I mean,
It's
she's
just-
gray anyway, so
But
it's
like
not
the clothing and the depth to the grayness,
okay.
it looks like a flat drawing with no shading.
Yeah, Navori's just like, right. My leg is still not working.
I think it might be
Oh.
some kind of curse.
I don't know, but like, it's just like I can't feel a thing. Like it's like that when you sit on something for too long and eventually it comes back. Well, it's not fucking coming back.
Well,
Hmm.
we don't have time. Dwell.
Can you still
Yeah,
move
I'm
it?
just I can't really. She can't move her leg, right? Like.
It's only
Yes.
from like the ankle down, so you have
Oh,
full leg
I thought
movement.
I
It's
thought
just-
you meant her whole fucking leg.
No, it's
like,
just the ankle down, and it sucks to put pressure on it, but you can still move pretty adeptly.
okay. Is that
Hmm.
yeah, I guess, but nice.
I don't suppose you could
Mid.
get on top of Boon like he's a hairy horse, can you?
I mean, maybe
If you-
Boon.
Boone's big, but I don't think he's that big.
He is not that big.
Oh,
I mean, he's a big dog, but I mean, a grown adult probably still couldn't ride like a big dog.
Yeah, and Navori is 95 pounds, as we established, and a dog that could just carry 95 pounds like that would be an impressively terrifying dog.
Maybe
one
one day.
day.
Maybe one day when Boone becomes a dire doggo.
Oh, God.
Gosh.
Alright, and Sybil, looks like she's gonna go try to lift Navori, but then she remembers that her arm was just
Yeah,
out of her
Rory's
socket.
just like, no. I don't worry about it.
Let's
she
try to
kind of
Get
looks-
far away from the line of sight of the city. How about that?
Yeah.
And-
is,
Nabori sort of looks back at the city. Could she tell that the green fogs were it?
I mean, she can see the gray fog. Yes, Minnow was the first to see it, but
Okay. Yeah. Nabori's like, oh,
Hmm.
that sucks for anyone in there. What the fuck? You know, I thought it might have been, who trying to come after us, but like, why
Something or
would that
someone.
happen to the whole city?
Something or someone let us out of the city.
Sybil's
mean-
gonna start moving, but as she does, she's gonna say, maybe I could try to talk to B Daddy, but I don't think he's gonna. That might do us more harm than good if something's watching him.
Clive looks back at the city and he's like, I got a sneaking suspicion that we're on our own.
Yeah.
I
What
don't know what
Clive's
the
actually
fuck
gonna
that is,
Clive's
but-
gonna turn to look at like the actual like the Feywild. What does it look like? Is it
looking out into the forest in front of you, it's dark. Nighttime has fallen. But other than that, it looks like it's looked the several times you've seen it thus far. It's a forest at nighttime.
so
A very
there's
deep
nothing.
forest.
There's nothing like strange, or at least not the usual kind of strange or foreboding about it.
Nothing that stands out.
Okay.
If you'd like to make well, no, you really can't make any kind of roll for this because it is the Feywild, and you haven't been here that long.
Well, my vote's that we keep moving.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we could do anything about that, even if we wanted to.
Cass is gonna cast light,
Okay.
and she's gonna start moving into the forest.
Okay. Is everyone just gonna follow in?
Yeah.
After a
Clive-
moment of concern on the.
Oh,
Clive is gonna try to take the lead a bit here and carefully kind of guide them through the forest and make sure that they're going where they need to go and not getting lost.
Where is it you're trying to go?
I'm assuming to the portal.
Mhm.
Okay. Clive, make a survival check.
Okay. God
Oh,
damn it.
dear. We're not doing that good.
You guys all shakily fall in line, rattled after what just happened. The forest around you, excuse me. Let's see. Okay. You begin to wander the forest a little bit. The path is no longer clear, even with Kess's light spell and Clive. Tracking your old path through here is somewhat difficult. It feels like you are being watched the whole way. You can never identify anything that is watching you, but you do hear the occasional quiet chirp of some animal hiding. Generally speaking, that foreboding silence has lifted, but you continue to feel watched. I need everyone to make a stealth roll.
oh.
Boy, how long has it been?
Over an hour.
Okay. Well, from when? Since they started walking?
Yeah, because it's about yeah.
All right.
Boy, my rolls are just fantastic tonight.
He's been having a hard day.
Yeah.
Cass has disadvantage on stealth because she's wearing chainmail.
Okay. Oh, that
And
sucks.
then a 20.
Yeah. Oh my god!
She's on it.
Oh.
No, you were gonna take that stealth and you're gonna like it.
Yeah.
All right. And she's holding light too. I mean,
Yeah, Clive, tracking your way through the woods makes you a bit noisier than you'd like. Minnow, you are so much has happened. You are suddenly a fugitive,
Uh-huh.
and that weighs on you pretty heavily.
Mm-hmm.
The rest of you are able to make your way through the forest quietly, if not completely unseen by whatever it is that's watching you this whole way. You continue down, following Clive's occasionally noisy track as Boon stumbles into a tree or lets out a little as whatever it is that might be watching you gets a little too close for doggy comfort. But after about 45 minutes of wandering through this misery dark, and with the thought of the portal in most of your minds, if not everybody, you do stand before this swirling green vortex that is wreathed in... Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Wreathed in dark iron. Looking at the portal, you do see that beyond the green, there are the two high buildings of Sigil and the ever-present purple skyline. This seems relatively unimpeded to get back. You guys just all tumble in?
Cass is gonna make sure everyone goes in first.
Yeah.
Sybil is gonna linger just a little bit to have a look behind them, but then
Yeah.
she's gonna go in the portal.
Navori kind of looks back too, but she's also going. She's going.
Alright, welcome back to Sigil, folks.
Home
All right.
sweet home.
We didn't die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone else did. It's fine.
Maybe we killed the whole city. I don't know.
We might have had a hand in the destruction of the Sealy court.
Yeah.
For all we
Died
Ste-
a little inside.
I don't feel bad at all, but
Where did I put this? Oh. Heading back through the portal, you are briefly lightheaded, and there's a flash of light that's so bright you close your eyes or even shield them. And then you are back in a place that has a taste to it, both a smell and a taste. It's gross. It tastes like sweat. None of you really remembered existing before.
Yeah.
It tastes like a city.
Oh, yeah. It's like how when you come back from a foreign country and every American airport smells like buttered popcorn suddenly.
Yeah. Or it's like going to New York City after never being here before. Suddenly you're like, oh,
What is that smell?
I didn't know the world stank, and all the locals are like, what?
Yeah, San Francisco too.
never thought I'd happy to see this dump again.
Hmm.
I didn't realize this place had a smell.
Or a flavor.
What smell?
The guards of the portal are nearby, and they look at you and just give you a nod of acknowledgement, and there are several people bustling around, looking like they are getting caravans ready to head into the Feywild portal.
Oh.
Oh.
Um,
Hmm.
you are pretty quickly shepherded off of your platform by the guards, just giving you a rough look and a sharp twist of their head.
Sybil's gonna try to meander the group a little bit further away, and if they follow her, she's gonna be like,
Yeah.
hey, let's not worry too much about the visitors. It's not like any of the bridges exist anymore, so, you know.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Besides, Sigil can take care of itself.
Yeah, they can deal with that.
Yeah, they'll realize something is wrong, and they'll either do
mean-
something or they won't.
I ain't saying I wouldn't kind of like to know what the hell happened back there, but
Yeah, that was really weird. Like,
Cass like listens for a little while, and then she sighs and she walks over to the gate guard.
Oh, no.
You walk over to this rather tall individual that's clad in gold and copper armor, and he just looks at you with an eyebrow raised. And I
would recommend investigating whether or not the Feywild beyond the portal is safe for traversal.
make a persuasion roll.
Sure. Average.
Okay. He just gives you a look and nods, and we'll look into it. Thank you.
Cass
That's all he
nods
says.
to him, and she goes back to the group. She's done her due diligence.
Yeah.
Yep. Whether or not they actually
Yeah.
look into it is not her responsibility anymore.
Nope.
She reported a concern, and now that's up
Yeah.
to them.
Yeah.
He's just kind of like, if we had been like any moment longer, we probably would have been in big fucking trouble.
That is
Yeah, but we weren't.
deeply upsetting, and I'd like to sit down.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. Walking's a fucking pain right now.
Yeah, I find the best way to handle near-death experiences is to just not think about them and move on.
Agreed.
I could do a fucking nap.
Cass just kind of looks at both of them in that mothering, like, that's not healthy kind of way, but she doesn't actually say anything.
Minna, what are you doing?
She's thinking a lot and concerned and looking at Paul and thinking a lot and just not going to open her mouth around these
Hooligans.
And now she's a hooligan and
She's having second thoughts about her new
she
party.
is. She's trying not to have like a tantrum in the streets and just like be calm, but you can tell something's like bubbling
Yes.
under the surface.
Cass looks at her. and being the kind of person she is, she sets a hand on Minno's shoulder and she says, "Is there something you would like to express, Minnow?"
Nori sits down. Just in the street. She's
Mari
Alright.
too. Mari sits right next to her.
Thankfully,
Please.
Sybil has pulled you off to the side. a little
Yeah,
bit,
no,
so-
she would sit in the middle of the street.
Nap
She
in the
knows better.
street.
Look, I don't mean to interrupt all of this, but can we please go somewhere with food, alcohol, and somewhere to sit?
You know,
I
mean, we could
would be
either-
wonderful.
Go to the Adventurers Guild, or I could go see my mom and we can meet like dolmaids and gyros and shit.
At
What?
this point, I don't really care either way.
Sybil wants to see her mom, so she's gonna start walking towards there.
Navari
Bungee
gets.
jumping off the
Yeah.
side of a cliff really makes you miss your family.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So is everyone just gonna go with Sybil's
Yeah.
house?
Yes.
No. Minnow's like going to the freaking guild. She's
Okay.
not gonna follow.
Okay. So there is overlap in the direction you're going for a time.
Well, she's not quite going to her house necessarily. She's depending on the time of day, she's going to her mom's like place of business.
Okay. Well, you don't really know what time it is right now.
Time is meaningless in
Sigil.
Sigil.
There's no clocks.
It's
None that you,
Sigil.
yeah, none that are visible right now. Think about how many times you've been in a city and how many clocks you just see.
I mean, that depends on the city and the time period, doesn't it?
Does it?
Yeah, actually, yes.
Yeah.
You do not see
If you
many.
live in a city with a clock tower and you look at like where the clock tower is,
There's no clock tower in Sigil, at least none that you can see right now. So you're not really sure what time it is.
okay.
But regardless of where Sybil you're taking the rest of the group, there's overlap in the direction. So are you guys heading in that direction together for now, or is that
Yeah.
awkward like, I'm not talking to you?
I mean,
Cass is
But now
actually
speaking.
Cass is gonna follow Minnow when push comes to shove.
Clive,
Okay.
Clive thinks again about whether or not he wants to go to the guild or wherever Sybil is going. He's like, you know what? I'm just gonna go to the guild.
Wait, so
He
where
was
the
like,
fuck?
that would be weird, impending on someone or showing up in someone's family business to him. So he's just gonna not.
Navari
Okay.
has no idea that they're splitting up, so when they start to, she's just like, wait, where the fuck we going?
Yeah, you guys pretty much come to a, not really an intersection so much as, Minnow, you know that if you go down this street, you'll go to the Adventurers Guild. Sybil, you know if you continue going this way, you'll get to your mom's little shop.
Okay.
So, I guess it is kind of a crossroads at this point. Who's going where?
Yeah, Navari's just like, okay, where the fuck are we going?
I mean, I'm going back to the guild.
As am I.
Ah. She looks at Sybil.
Cass looks at Sybil and she's like, "You'll not find us."
Yeah, I know.
She
Okay, I'm gonna go somewhere I can fucking sleep and maybe fix my stupid foot later.
Okay.
and Cass just like before they part ways, Cass puts a hand on Sybil's shoulder and like gives it a meaningful squeeze without really looking at Sybil, but
You
Hashtag
did
no
good,
feelings.
kid. Squeeze.
Mama's proud of you.
Yeah.
Sybil tries not to wince because that's the shoulder that gets dislocated.
No!
it's fine.
Walk it off,
The
kid.
moment.
Yeah.
Walk it off. You're fine.
Yeah.
You dove off a cliff to save me. You're fine.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna do our little perspective shift real quick here. So Sybil, you're the only one going to see your mother?
Yeah,
I
I
am-
guess so.
Okay. We will follow you briefly then, while the rest of you guys part ways to head toward the Adventurers Guild. Sybil, it's not too much farther to your mother's place of business. It is farther than it would be if you just went to the Adventurers Guild, but you know, it is what it is. But you know your way around here pretty easily. And soon enough, you do come to the small storefront that your mother is currently working at. It's a small bakery. And it does look like it's open. You don't see any customers inside. There's a small little window at the front door that lets you see in. And yeah, you don't see any customers inside, but you do see people moving around, setting things up, it looks like. Pushing the door open, there's a little jingling sound of a bell above the door announcing your entrance. And you see a portly human walk up to the counter on the other end of the room and smile at you, his teeth showing briefly behind the thick, bushy mustache that he has, and goes, "Hello, what can I do for you?"
Hey, I'm just looking for my mom. Is she working today?
What's your mum's name?
Juno.
Oh, yeah, she's working. One moment. And he turns and kind of waddles his way back into a room behind the counter. And you hear muffled words before out comes your mother. Her hands covered in flour as she's lifting an apron to dust them off, and she looks at you and smiles and, "Oh, you've been gone for a while?"
Yeah, Sybil has forgotten, by the way, that she looked like she just jumped off a cliff to rescue Cass.
Yeah.
Which in layman's terms means she looks like a mess. And she's like, yeah, I just got back from something. I just was checking in. Is everything alright?
Yeah, everything's fine. I'm working. Your sister's got a little internship at the school. She's doing good. It's been about a month.
Really? It only
Oh,
feels
yeah.
like it's been a couple days.
Well, you know how it goes. Anyway, yeah, everything's fine here.
Oh, did you say something? I think you cut out.
Oh, she just said, everything's fine here.
Alright.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
You look like you need a bath.
Well, it's just been a really rough night, and,
Oh.
I mean, yeah, you know.
I should. You think I'd know that look by now? She throws you an inappropriate wink.
The Sybil looks away, and she's like, not that kind of rough night, like, working for a living rough. I think I know where you've been coming from the past
Oh, about
while.
time. Isn't that fun?
Yeah,
Being an adult.
I don't much like it. Hey, so, and she's just gonna, like, go and point to, like, just, like, I don't know, it's probably, like, whatever is, like, the most fried, sugary pastry is in the fucking place.
It is a massive bear claw.
Yeah, and she just, like, is like, I want, can I just get, like, a whole box of these and I'll pay for it?
You'll pay for it?
Yeah.
That's a new one.
Where did you think all the gold from last time came from?
I try not to ask with you. Right then. It'll be 2 silver for 12.
2 silver. And Sybil pulls out a gold and she's like, wait, I don't know. Wait, and she's so bad at math.
Sweetheart, do you need change?
Yeah.
Okay, you just needed to say so. She takes the gold from you. God, I forgot the ratio. I think it's what,
Isn't
10
it like
gold?
9? Oh.
10 to
I think
1.
it's it's 10 to 1. So she takes the gold and gives you 8 silver back.
Okay. Ooh, hate that. Hate currency, man. Alright, yeah. I'll be at the Adventurers Guild because that's what I'm doing now.
She gives you a kind of confused smile and, oh, okay.
Alright.
You get some sleep now.
Oh well.
Yeah.
Love you, Mum. And
I
then
love
she
you too.
goes off into the dark night. But before she goes to the Adventurers Guild, she's gonna stand off to the side of the street and think really hard and just do the Beetlejuice thing, I guess, with Oberon. Just, Oberon.
There's a brief moment of nothing, and then you hear a buzzing sound in your ear like a bee is just on your shoulder. And you hear, "Not now!
Is everything okay?
No!
Okay, bye!
Bye!"
Oh my god.
And now she's gonna head toward the Adventurers Guild, just absolutely scarfing down a bear claw.
Okay. The rest of you guys have arrived already. And change the map. Oh, not map, picture, I guess. Where'd I put it? There it is. Get to go back to all of the old ones, and it's been like 3 months.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys push your way into the large double doors, immediately assailed by a different scent and taste. It is one of camaraderie and meat and just food. It tastes like home.
Navarre's like, oh, that smells so fucking good.
The guild is bustling, as it is as you remembered it. You do see the familiar sight of Ardania, her long red hair bouncing to and fro as she is positively swarmed by various adventurers of many different styles and cuts. No one seems to notice you.
Well, if there's
Well.
if there's a place to sit the fuck down,
Yeah.
Clive's gonna go.
that's where
claim it.
Navori's going.
Clive's
I
gonna
need
go.
a corner.
Actually, no. Clive's gonna tell Boon to go claim a table near the corner,
Okay.
and then Clive himself is gonna go find food.
Yeah.
Okay.
Navori goes with Clive. She's like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so hungry. How about you?"
You claim a table that is slowly, or was slowly turning into the home base table, and was once again kind of empty, off to the corner next to the large fire with a few large chairs, and where you guys originally found Maria staring off into
Yeah.
nothingness.
That's her favorite corner. That's the broom corner.
So nostalgic.
Yeah. Home sweet home.
Minna, what are you doing in particular? Because I know you are. What's separate here?
Some kind of way.
Some
Yeah.
kind of something. She looks like happy to see Ardonia, but like she's busy. She's not gonna go up and interrupt these adventurers doing their thing. So she looks to the rest of the party as they're scattering. Settles on, I guess, if she's like, I guess, just still hanging out.
She's sure right there.
Yes,
Oh,
just
God.
there, looming.
Well, you will be sure to eat well and rest well, and perhaps I'll see each of you in the morning. And she's gonna try to just book it 2 bedrooms.
You
Calmly leave.
Like, so she leaves, right? And then Kess casually follows her.
Oh my god, that's not creepy at all.
You can't go to my secret room, Cass. It's only my
It's fine. She
No.
I like to imagine it's like that guard walk where someone hurries off and then like the looming
Yeah.
guard is following
Yeah.
a few paces slowly.
yeah.
That's fine. I don't know if she's receptive enough.
So she extends her legs a little bit to her like up her pace and catches up with Minnow in like a quieter hall.
Good.
And-
Oh no.
And she sort of clears her throat in an attempt to get her attention.
She puts her little talisman down and turns back to Cass.
And Kess is there, looking at her expectantly, as much as her creepy ass mask can look expectant.
Right. I'm trying to think if she would even tell. Anyway, she, like, is gonna gauge a Cass and, like, gesture to the door if she'd like to go in first.
Kess gives a little shake of her head, and she says, "I gather all this was not what you expected."
She, leans to look back behind them to make sure nobody's coming. Looks back at Cass. Blinks, and that's when, like, the gimply tears kind of glitter across her eyes. For now, and she shakes her head and just... No. But, no. I didn't, no. And that's fine. I'll see what can be made right of it. We were broken out. I don't know what they know. If they knew this was gonna happen, say they're gonna be grateful. I don't know. No, I'm not okay.
Yes, kind of like she nods, like that's the answer that she was expecting. And she's not comfortable enough with Minnow to like clap her on the shoulder, but yet. But she turns like halfway to go, and she says, "We will be waiting for." So when you're ready, rejoin us. And she goes back towards the hall.
Why'd you have to say that? Now she has to consider and not be a rat and stay in her room without dinner.
She punished herself.
Fugitive now.
Oh god.
You get the sense that Kess meant like in the morning, and that it's okay to take some time to herself to breathe. Not, yeah.
No,
Not...
I'm being dramatic and
Okay.
for funnies,
but yes.
I'm making fun of my character. But no, okay. She
without dinner.
She like
Fugitives don't get dinner.
no bad grounded. No Nintendo for a week. So she like is just gonna awkwardly stand there watching as Cass goes, and the more Cass is like going away, the more she's gonna like have that face of like I'm gonna frickin' cry. But she takes it to her room, and I'll leave it that for now and think about if she'll actually come down for dinner. But maybe not, we'll see.
Okay. The rest of you guys flag down an individual that has normally been the one to serve food that I haven't named.
The food guy.
Yeah, the food bringer. The bringer
Bill
of
Foodman.
food, the mighty
Carl.
foodster.
Carl.
Chef Carl.
Vinny. You flag this individual down and present your badge and inform this individual of where you're sitting, and it only takes about 10 minutes for a fuckload of food to arrive.
If he asks Clive what he wants, Clive is everything.
Oh.
It's like what he said.
You see him nod knowingly at you, like this is a common request.
What do you want? Yes.
And he's just like, yeah, that checks out.
No one eats like adventurers.
God.
Yeah.
I always
So-
think of the Slayers.
Every meal could be their last.
So yeah, you are brought enough food to basically feed you for a month.
Navari is absolutely shoving everything.
It'll probably be enough for the night.
Yeah.
Kess waits in line to talk to Ardania, and like it's not a huge conversation, but she basically suggests that someone bring Minnow food in her room.
Ardania's lips press to a thin line and right, okay, we'll do that. Thank you. But by the way, Benedict left some money for you. Said it was part of your party's cut. If you'd like, I can give it to you now.
Sure.
One moment. And she vanishes and starts working around behind the desk and then pulls out a small pouch. She puts it on the table and there's the distinct sound of coin clinking, and she says, 300 gold, 20 silver, and 30 copper. Said it was for your services rendered.
Huh.
Down to the copper.
What a
Kess
good boy.
takes the coins and returns to the table.
Navori holds up like some leg of creature and he's like, "Urgh!" Yeah, it's supposed to be like hi, but
Cave tiefling comes
fine.
out. She's hungry.
Yeah, she is fucking hungry.
So
Ori
hungry.
wants meat.
And Cass sets the coin down on the table, and she's like, "From Benedict."
I almost feel kind of bad accepting it, given
Mm.
how things went over there. But Clive just shrugs.
Cass also shrugs and down and has a mug of ale and drinks like 90% of it in one couple, like a couple swallows.
Oh, Clive is like 4 in. By the way.
Good
Oh
man.
god.
He's
Sybil-
eating like a monster hunter.
Yes.
Sybil, you come in around now, dragging
Okay.
ass.
I want to note, Sybil does 2 things. I mean, I guess it's kind of one thing, but she's gonna find a plate and she's gonna unpack most of the bear claws onto that plate and then just like scrawl Ardania onto the remaining and like put them to the side on the counter.
Aw.
And then she's gonna head to the table.
Okay. Yeah, Ardani doesn't seem to notice them immediately, but you see, as you sit down at the table that you around, Ardania gives a pleased little noise that echoes throughout the area. You know she just found these.
Alright, Sybil's gonna sit down and just put the fuck ton of pastries into into like wherever there's room.
The moment she sets the plate down, one of them just almost like teleports from that plate to Clive. And
Yeah,
he's not eating it, but it's there on his plate. And you're not even sure when he grabbed
The Navori's just like, these look
Boon.
amazing.
Boon is sitting under the table and he's gnawing on like a huge bone.
Maria takes a bear club, and she also asks, "How's your mother?"
Yeah, so I was
She's
How's your
working,
mother?
I mean, she's doing alright. She made these and they're always really good. Yeah. I mean, she said my sister got a scholarship and I gotta go to the cereal. Yeah. Sybil is like a wreck. Barely coherent.
We need a fucking nap after food.
Yeah, Mom told me to take a bath.
That might be
Yep.
wise. Everybody, as a matter of fact.
Mm.
It doesn't sound like a bad idea.
And Cass like, God damn it, cat dogs.
Are we gonna have a bathhouse episode?
Oh my
Yes.
god. We need
It's up to you guys.
Cass is still wearing the helmet.
Everyone's still wearing all of
It's
the
like the
armor.
usual. Everyone's like wearing nothing but a towel, except for Cass, who's just in her armor. She's not in her armor.
Boiling like a lobster.
Yeah. Steam coming out of her collar.
It's just chainmail, you guys.
And
You
the
remove-
eye holes.
You remove the the cloth flap around her neck, and that's it.
She's got like the towel around her neck when she gets out, like.
Yeah, so you guys all sit there and eat. What do you do after eating? Minnow, do you come down? What's going on here, friends?
Navori just sort of lays her head on the table.
So, what happened?
You
I don't
know,
know.
some shit.
Yeah, I
My
tried
foot's
to
still
call.
numb.
I tried to call Oberon,
I'm
and he said bad things were happening, and I said, "Okay, bye."
That seems reasonable.
I'm
all
just
things
trying
considered.
to follow the sequence of events and how they led us where they did.
Okay, so I think we got a guy that shouldn't be killed, and then we fucking broke out of jail, which was fucking amazing. Just in the right amount of time to not get caught in, like, death fog.
Or maybe they
mean,
were
what-
locking the city down,
Well,
on account
that's
of
what I
the
thought at
prison.
Was
first,
that-
but, like,
Was the city locked down? Was that something else? Did we
It did-
cause that by
Don't
killing
know.
one of their
here's
archfey?
the thing, right? Like, I don't know if it was connected, necessarily.
Right.
There's been weird shit happening all over the place, remember? Like, the fucking slimes eating things.
Right
and
down to
then
the colorlessness, yes?
the fungus, yeah.
So while Navori is like talking, Kess gets progressively closer to where she is sitting
This is ominous.
Mori will eventually
until she's like
ah.
sitting next to Navori and like gesturing pointedly at Navori's leg so that she could take a look at it.
Oh, sure. You know, I'm gonna see if I can fix it after I fucking take a nap. I swear to fuck. She
We
holds out
should
her foot.
probably, if you like don't get better by the morning, we should probably go and find someone who knows about magic, like at the Mysterial or
like-
something.
You
Cass
know,
is gonna-
I could talk to, the deity and all of that, and I think I might have an idea of what I should do, but I won't know until I do it, really.
Cass is gonna roll like a medicine check on it.
Okay.
Damn.
Well,
She's squinting real hard at that foot.
Yeah.
on the nose.
She like hefts Navori's leg onto her lap and is like poking at it.
Yeah, I feel
Um,
like Navori's like flexible enough that this does not affect her
It's like a
posture.
cat.
Like she's just like, yup.
She becomes a liquid.
So,
Yeah.
Kess, given your background,
Yeah.
you recognize that this is kind of a curse, kind of a spell, kind of a
Huh.
physical wound. It's basically like the life was sucked out of it.
So,
Cool.
in hindsight, yeah, it's a good thing none of us got caught up in that fog completely.
Yeah. I mean, Navari was inadvertently right about the death just happened on the city.
Yeah.
So her leg is kind of dead, but it'll probably come back.
Hmm.
Yeah, Navari's like,
So-
So
"What?"
Cass is like, she looks moderately concerned.
Oh, shit.
Like,
You have a
there's-
face. Usually you've got a face. Not good.
she's well, it's technically dead.
Navari doesn't need-
Technically.
It
Hey, you think
could get
like a
Yeah.
restoration would help that? She just sort of gestures.
perhaps.
Okay, well that's what I was thinking of doing. If it doesn't work, I don't fucking know, man.
Cass is gonna try to like
You're in Sigil, you have options.
I mean, her lay on hands can cure disease or poison, but it's not really either of those things. Next.
Yeah, no, it's not.
Okay. She shrugs and
Hello?
she's like,
Hello?
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 Oh
Hello?
no.
God, you guys, it keeps cutting out and I can see your little icons booping and beeping on the Discord, but I can't hear you.
Oh,
Moshi
I don't know
moshi.
why this
no.
happens to her and
That's
not
so
me.
weird.
That is kind of weird.
it's
No,
weird.
Is it
Well.
better?
Can you hear us?
For now.
Oh.
Okay.
And Cass like lets Navori put her leg back down and she's like, a restoration may make a difference.
Yeah, well, if it's not that, then I might have to. Well, I gotta talk to, anyway, but. She just sort of shrugs, like, this is the least of her problems. It's fine. She's lost body parts before.
Oh my god.
Life of an urchin, man.
Yeah.
Is it gangrene? It takes a while to fall off. Don't worry about it.
I would recommend not leaving it very long.
Oh, well, yeah, no kidding. I just, like, I am fucking tired. I don't think I can
Yes.
do what I want to right now. Yeah, but, like, if this just happened to my foot getting stuck in there, this fucking happened to the whole fucking city. I don't think it was the city trying to protect itself. Like,
There were no Fae on the street, though.
Right.
okay, maybe. But where the
And
fuck they go?
Oberon ain't dead.
Yeah,
I feel
that's
like
true.
between when we entered the prison and when we left, something must have happened.
Yeah. Like, I don't know what is going on.
And
But
I
I'm not
mean,
gonna jump to we fucking did it.
I ain't either. It just something about it don't feel right.
It may be that we upset some sort of balance between the Archfey by
It's very possible.
removing one of them.
Well, here's my thing, right? Strange stuff was going on around the city to begin with.
Yeah.
So, what if it just didn't involve us at all and this
That's
was
what I was
inevitably going to
thinking.
happen?
I
What
mean,
if-
we were never able to tell anyone what the fuck was going on either.
What if somehow the one we killed might have known this was happening or coming?
Well, I mean, maybe. We'll never fucking know.
Yeah, I kind of wondered if he wasn't behind it or something, but he's really dead now.
He really seemed to have a grudge.
Perhaps Oberon will be able to give us answers once he is less occupied with whatever this is.
For now, might be a good idea to stay clear of the Feywild
Well,
for
fucking kidding. I
Or
don't want to
on
go
the
back there.
And it might take a while for me to even be able to contact him in the first place. My mum said we were gone for a month.
Really? Fucking
Yeah.
plain of bullshit.
Time
Only
isn't
felt like a
real.
week. Time
And-
is real, it's
It's-
just complicated.
No, it's an observer's game. It's not real.
Yeah.
Very adamant on this.
Clive is whatever Maria just said. It's way over Clive's head. So he's just like not even gonna answer.
Hey, is
Yes,
Minnow
just nod.
okay?
I think perhaps this was more than she was ready to bite off.
Yeah, yeah.
She
Nah.
came in at an
Yeah.
inopportune moment, yeah?
It's a bit of a problem
Yeah.
since I kind of still want to do a heist.
I down for that as long as they deserve it.
Well, I'll pass on the heist thing.
Oh wait. Navori looks like she remembered a thing, but she's not gonna say anything else.
Sybil just nods.
Yeah, Navori nods at Sybil.
So,
and
food is
Navori
had.
Oh.
I mean, like, you've eaten.
Yeah, Navori casually is like sneaking away more into clothing for later, as she do.
She's got tater tots in her pockets.
Yes.
Tot pockets.
Spaghetti in her pockets.
Clive,
Like
Clive might have
half of an
specifically-
animal.
Clive may have specifically ordered some like dried meats and sausages and cheese that he didn't eat them, but they vanished into his person somewhere.
Yeah, Navori gets that. She's like, yeah.
Cass is gonna excuse herself and go to bed.
Okay.
Yeah, Navori wants to go to bed soon too. Once she's done loading up.
Navori, you are no longer 95 pounds. You are 105 pounds.
Hey, she doesn't mind at all.
It's not even from eating, it's the sheer volume of food she has.
Yeah, no, that-
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the joke.
Food on her
It was
person.
like 3 pounds of eating, 7 pounds of carrying.
Push, pull, drag, or pack away.
Alright, so you guys all head up to your rooms. You're able to unlock the upstairs doors with a quick pass of your badges after you fish them out. And you all get a full night's rest.
Oh,
Hell yeah.
boy.
I imagine they all probably sleep like they're dead.
Yes.
Yeah, it's probably
immediately.
one of those situations where you hit the pillow and you cease to exist for like 11 hours.
Yeah.
And you
Love
wake
it.
up like little confused.
Oh,
So every day.
Yeah. So you guys do come to, and you all head down one by one. The guild is quiet as it's wont to be. It seemed that you did come in at night, and you are waking up in the more morning-ish hours. Ardania is already down there doing her work, which is, you can never tell at a glance, but she's always busy. Who all is coming down and doing what?
Well, Clive is going to resume what he was doing last night before he went to bed and get more food and eat.
All right,
He's
yeah,
got
the food comes
breakfast-
quickly and
breakfast.
without question.
Mara's gonna have some food, and then, she's gonna wait till everybody else comes down.
Clive's like a 6 foot tall hobbit. There's breakfast and second breakfast.
11sies.
Navori's the same if she can get to food. Like, she'll eat whenever she can see food, man.
Sybil is gonna shower or bathe or something, but then she's gonna find Navori
Yeah,
before, like, they can go downstairs.
Yeah, Navori's. She's gonna try to use lesser restoration on her foot, assuming it's still fucked up. Like, is it the same? Is it worse?
It isn't any different when you wake.
Okay.
So yeah, a cast of lesser restoration does restore the life to it.
It
It's
probably feels really weird. She's like,
yeah, it's a little painful when it all comes rushing back. And it's very sensitive to the touch.
Yeah, she's just sort of hopping around after that. But if there's a place to bathe or whatever, she would do that too.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of assumed everyone
Yeah.
Yeah.
cleanse the soul and body.
Yeah.
Well, Sybil's gonna find her after she's done, being submerged. And she's gonna be like, hey, I need to talk to you.
Yeah, what's up?
Okay, so, and Sybil, like, leans against a wall and tries to look casual. And she's like, so, I had a talk with Cass the other night, and it's really not my business to say exactly what she said to me, but we totally need to definitely get that book, but, like, actually
Does it have
get
to
it,
do
not
with the
get
holy symbol that she gave you?
Sybil's like, what do you mean? And there's the feather in her ponytail.
Navori just looks at her like, come on, like, she put that down in front of her and told me what it was when I first met her. Don't think I don't
but
know.
It's like probably not that big a deal anyway, so...
Navori stickers.
And Sybil tries to look even more cool and impassive, but it doesn't work, it just makes everything worse. So she's like, right, it does kind of have to do with that. I just think the book would be really good for the both of you. I don't know when we're gonna...
I'm gonna have to ask if something's up, because, I had a talk with her before, like, we went out, and there's some shit going on there.
Yeah.
So you think that book would help her too? Then we definitely gotta fucking steal it.
Yeah, but here's the thing, I don't think that we're powerful enough, right?
I mean, maybe. But hey, look.
What?
We accidentally killed the guy who was supposed to be unkillable.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. But, like, there's a difference between murder powerful and sneaky powerful. Like,
Excuse me.
a fly
Rory
could just...
crosses her arms.
Listen, I know what you're thinking, but, like, okay. A very motivated duck could just kill me at any moment.
Well, no, that's not what I'm saying. You're just saying I'm not sneaky.
I'm saying we're not... I don't think we're sneaky enough. We failed the first time. I mean, let's
Yeah,
not
but,
pretend
like-
that didn't happen.
We got beat up by books, okay? I don't know if that's
Please
gonna
don't remind me. That was really uncool.
I know, but I don't think that's gonna happen again.
I guess I think we need to do a good old-fashioned stakeout and just judge for ourselves, you know? And I think Clive said he didn't want to do it, and I don't think Minnow's gonna want to do it, and Cass is, like, really by the book. So I feel like Maya's our best bet, but then what if we get Maya in trouble? And then we gotta bring her out of jail!
Well, you know what? Sigil jail's a bit,
Yeah, I know, it's even worse than fairy jail.
You know... Wait, what about that fucking book that they gave us? They gave us a fucking book to do some shit, right? You think if we, like, gave them some information or whatever, they might let us look at the book? The one we want?
That book, the forbidden book, specifically?
Well, here's the thing. They think it's, like, blasphemy. They don't even really care about what's in it, I don't think. They just are like, ew, this is awful. So, I mean, maybe they won't think it's that important. They just have it there because they don't like it.
Maybe. We gotta feel out the mood and just, you know, play it by ear.
Yeah, Navori kind of looks up at nothing in particular, and she's like, hey, you have any input? Just seeing if her deity has anything to convey about this, though she's entirely expecting just snickering at them.
Okay.
Great!
Yeah, so what's going on with the rest of you? We know Clive is eaten, Maria's existing.
Yes.
We're looking at Kess and Minnow. What's up?
Cass has come down, had coffee, nursing her coffee. Her armor looks like it was cleaned thoroughly.
Good.
Mina looks much better, dressed in her stuff and ready to go for a new day, but came down to sit with the group after she picked out like every little bit of protein that's like on the table and nothing else.
Oh my gosh.
Minnow
Yep.
must be strong.
I don't know, what did fishy flakes? No, cereal. Fishy flakes cereal. No, just protein, bacon, steakies, fish, whatever, protein.
Okay.
And just, not talking yet.
Cass starts reading the equivalent of like the Sigillian newspaper.
Is there an equivalent?
There's... Yeah, actually, that makes sense.
Yeah. There's gotta be a lot of
planned
gossip.
on one, but yeah, there's something of the sort. However, Ardania comes over not before too long. She's got a little pad in front of her that she's writing on, and she heads over to the table and then nudges up against it. And, if it's not my favorite group of people.
How you been,
Nervous
Ardania?
laughter.
She looks at you, Minnow, and smiles. And oh, my little Minnow, are you enjoying your time with this company?
I thought I'd be prepared for that. God damn it.
Cass just sips her coffee.
She
Aren't
puts
they
her...
as great as I said they were? They're so thoughtful.
Oh, they are. They are very thoughtful, Auntie dear, and
Cass sips her coffee and like looks over the rim at Minnow.
I am so glad to be helping and watching over them.
I'm so happy that you're getting along with them. I know you've had a hard time making long-term friends before, and I just looked at them and I thought, well, I think my little minnow would get along with these folk. They're good in their cause, even though they're a little rough
course.
around the edges. I mean,
Aren't they?
they got me Broomba. The
They
camera
did.
cuts over to the
Broomba.
broom sweeping away by itself.
And how's your morning on Sartonia?
What was that? Sorry.
Oh no, Mike. And how's your morning on Sartonia?
Oh, it's a morning. I'm getting ready for the rest of the day. I'm glad to see you all came back safe and sound. Worried since it's everyone's first adventure out, and that's why I sent my little minnow. You guys she's getting along with all of you fine, right?
As the three of them who don't talk.
She's been very helpful, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, she's done a great job.
That's so nice to hear. I hope you do keep her as part of Boon's bounty. I could make it official if you'd like.
Well, that's entirely up to her.
Yeah.
Minnow?
Oh, shit!
Clive actually runs fucking defense for her here. He's like, why don't you give her a little bit to think about? It is a pretty big decision.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just so excited for her.
I'm
like sips her coffee a little louder. There was no sound before. Now there's like a
good bro Clive helping her.
Yeah. So, what are your plans? Usually people come back from adventures and do a little or just spend a few days relaxing, especially one as important as yours, what it sounded like.
Aldania, if anyone comes bearing news of the Feywild, can you send it our way?
Of course, dear. That won't be a problem. Though, why did you leave a special someone behind?
Something like that.
There was trouble.
Oh, well.
There were some things happening over there that were concerning, so we'd like to know just how things are.
Sure. I've got a line to the Fletching sketch over there, so I'll let you know if I hear it.
Thanks, we appreciate that.
Clive, did you get that letter I sent your way?
I did, actually. I was planning on looking into that a bit later.
Great. Let me know if you have any questions about it. I don't know much, but I know quite a few things. All the Auntie Artie.
For starters, who gave it to you?
Oh, it was some rather tall lass with bright red hair, dressed in very impressive leather clothing. She had a very nice hat too. I didn't catch her name, and she's not an adventurer, but I could probably ask around.
Oh, no, that's fine. I can do the rest. Thank you.
Yeah.
Does that description sound familiar to Clive?
Not really. It doesn't tickle any memories. So she just smiles and, well, if you need anything, I'll be... So, take care, friends! And she flounces off.
Minna looks like she was about ready to. But as Artania's
You're cutting out a little bit, Shadow.
Yeah.
Oh no! I got a new headset and I'm still tweaking it. I'm sorry.
It's the worst.
Okay. Is this better?
Yeah.
Maybe? Okay, cool. So Minna looks like she was about to get up for Artania, but as Artania's scooting off to do her own thing, she settles back down and looks among who's there, and
Figured I'd give you a chance to run for the hills if you needed to.
well, that's not exactly what I would wish to do. I apologize for my absence. She's like not looking at anybody in particular as she's like saying all this, but I just needed some time. That was a lot.
Hectic.
Yeah, I can't say I've ever had a hand in killing an archfey before and having to flee a plane. That's a first.
I don't remember if I have done it before, but I don't think so.
Concerned look Maria's way. Goes back to her stick.
Guess like sips her coffee and she's just like, she opens her mouth to say something and then she thinks better of it and sips her coffee again.
Well, if it's any consolation, the rest of the adventures really didn't go that way.
We don't normally make a habit of, breaking the law too much and becoming fugitives.
She kind of like grimace smiles at that. I twitch a little bit. And accidents happen. But I would like to work with you for a bit longer, if you would have me.
I don't see why not.
Before any commitments, and she gives Clive a thankful look for that intervention earlier.
I'm going to go and see the orphan today. Do you want to bring the dog?
Oh, yeah, that might be a good idea.
Yeah.
I didn't get to visit her last time. I'm sure she'd be happy to see Boon again.
Definitely.
The orphan?
Yeah!
You missed some shit.
Yeah, they're orphan.
I know, but why didn't she call her by name?
She's protective!
No one can know her name.
That's right. She doesn't want anyone to know where her child is.
Yes.
I've forgotten her name. Clive,
Tristan.
but I have.
Cass, you've been going through the newspaper thing, and you actually found an advertisement for the reopening of a store.
Oh shit.
Door.
It is in the Creethom district, and it's called Amazing Artifices.
Find some way to get us there.
Cass like folds the newspaper one way and then folds it the other way. And she lays it down on the table and she says, "Did Daniel not mention shopping?"
I could probably get some new crossbow bolts.
I need more bullets.
There is a grand reopening. Perhaps there is something worthwhile?
I've not heard to go visit, I suppose.
Once you two return from your visit.
That, or I mean, we can either go there first or go to the artificer's place first. Maybe we can pick up a nice souvenir.
Yeah. A small hand crossbow to keep the strangers away, yeah?
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
I love it.
Cass nods like that's the best idea she's ever heard.
Ah, yes.
Arm the children.
Where are Sybil and
They were.
Navori?
I mean, I figure you were eventually just gonna say, and then Sybil and Nave show up, so I
Okay,
assumed that,
yeah.
and then Sybil and Nave show up.
Yeah, alright.
Yeah, they show up and they're like, "What's this about crossbows?"
Wait, someone's getting a crossbow.
Maybe. We'll have to see if she can pull the trigger. She's kind of little.
Hey, don't underestimate the small ones.
Oh no,
I mean,
I'm
I've
going to
seen-
teach her to shoot as soon as I think she can handle the recoil.
Ah, good.
I mean,
I don't know
there's
who you're talking about, but that's good.
there's some crossbows I've seen with some mechanisms that make it easier to load. They were expensive back on my home plane. I don't know what they're like here.
Navori.
Sigil's not so dangerous, is it?
Depends where you live in.
Yeah.
I killed a giant bat and a snake in the sewer.
Yeah.
There were also a bunch of spiders in that cellar that one time.
I know that all of me and my mates know how to fight, or at least do something to defend ourselves.
I heard that portals just kind of sometimes open and close in random places all over the city, and things kind of come through. So maybe that's where the spiders in the basement came from.
Yeah,
So
spiders.
yeah, I
are
guess
fucking with it.
Sigil is dangerous, but you know, just travel in a group.
You guys are gonna break Minnow.
Why do I make characters?
Might break her, but she'll just forge into something stronger, right?
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Goodness.
So, hey Minnow, how you doing?
Fantastic, Navori. How's your foot?
Oh right, I restored it. It worked. It's good. It feels kind of weird, but it works again. It's not dead no more.
It's
the
a step
color
in the
black?
right direction.
Is the color back in her clothing? Or like,
Is it?
No, the clothing is still
She's
grayed out.
not like Navori cares. Like she's patchwork anyway.
It's just a new
Yeah, but
patch.
Sybil's gonna stare at it pitiably, like, "Oh, well, now you're even a bigger fashion disaster." But she's not gonna say it.
It probably doesn't look that off compared to the rest of it anyway. But yeah, it's just like, yeah, it's good, I guess. So I know how to deal with that now. That's good. Wonder if we could lesser restore a whole fucking city. Probably not.
It might take a while.
Yeah. So, you guys thinking and doing anything? Are you talking about like crossbows?
Shopping.
Ah,
Apparently, some fancy new shop just reopened.
yeah.
Ooh, that's when the best deals happen. Or closing.
What kind of shop? Is it actually fancy, or is it like
Said something about
badass?
an artificer. Clive has no idea what that word means.
So out of character,
Uh-huh.
has Navori ever seen this place? Because I feel like she would have. Out of sheer curiosity from her stupid book reading to
She's-
all her mates.
She's heard the name. She's never been to the store though.
Okay.
What even is an artificer? Is that some kind of artist?
It's like magic stuff.
Inventors.
Kinda. Yeah, like they make things. That's what artificer is, usually with magic. So it does like some cool shit. Like this sort of thing. She holds up her dagger, like, you know how it sees stuff, sort of like that.
Maybe I can get my hands on a new magical crossbow.
I think it might. Is it? What was it like? No. Alliteration. Amazing artifice. Art. Was it something like that?
Yeah.
I think I know where that is. I mean, I've never
Gestures-
been there, but I
gestures
think I
down
know
the
where
paper.
that is.
Sybil is gonna look at the paper. Does she recognize that name?
Yeah, Sybil, you recognize it as the place the rich kids would go to spend money on really dumb shit.
Oh, Sybil's like, "Oh, that's where all the rich rich kids go to buy the gadgets and shit. Like, every school year, everyone's like, oh, let's go down to the Amazing Artificers. And they buy, like, self-writing quills and, like, shit like that.
So it's the fucking Weasley twins.
Get the latest.
store.
It's the Apple
Yeah.
Store. Get the latest eye wand.
Oh my
Nice
god.
roll.
I couldn't really afford anything there, but I guess I could now. I wonder what they got.
We should definitely go see.
Does Sybil, I don't want exact information on Aurelian, but does Sybil know enough about him to make up horrendous stories?
Not really. It's
Alright,
just-
well, she's
he's-
gonna lie
yeah.
anyway. So
It's just-
Sybil says,
It's
I
just-
hear that
there's a shopkeeper that's weird.
the guy who runs it is like totally weird, and sometimes he'll walk around a shop in nothing but a body chain.
It's atrocious.
That from what I read.
Oh, I regret this immediately.
Clive like scrunches his face.
Oh, I
I
regret a
think
lot
I'm
of
done
things.
eating.
Oh,
Yeah, let's
fuck.
go then.
Yeah.
I don't know. Hopefully he's wearing a bit more than that.
I mean, if it's like Brad Kelvin, you think he'd scare away the business if he, you know.
Yeah, you guys don't know. It's a really popular store. Maybe he looks really cool.
I am dubious, but let's go see.
I've been curious about this place for a while, so I want to see, even if it scars my fucking eyeballs.
Wow. Wow. Okay. Okay.
They don't know.
So, you guys head on out. You pick up your packs and you head out for the day's adventures. Sybil, you know the way to the Creethom district. Boop. Boop.
Navori helps to
Oop.
get them there faster.
Yeah, so it takes you about how long? Let's see. It's about a 30-minute pace, or 30 minutes at a leisurely pace, just, you know, a nice, slow city walk. You guys take up most of a sidewalk, but thankfully the street itself is not terribly busy, so you kind of wander sometimes, making your way past various shops that are opening up, a few apartment type areas where you see people of various shapes, sizes, and ages coming out, putting packs over their shoulders and going out for the day. You pass the mystical taco stand.
Yes.
Yes.
I high five
It
it.
is both alluring. You high five the stand. All right, you walk past and just like knock your hand against it, and you hear, "Hey!"
You high five it with your eyes.
Oh my god.
Yeah, wandering through the street. It's nice to be home for some of you. Soon enough, you come to the Creethom district, where there's a small sheen of smog hanging over most things. It's not the clearest air here. This is where things are made. Going a bit further, suddenly there is a golden beacon at the corner of a city block. It is gaudy as you approach. It literally takes up the entire corner block. None of you have ever been to Toronto, correct?
No.
I was in the
No.
airport for like an hour or two.
Okay. There's like a department store that literally takes up the entire floor of a building.
Oh my
Um,
god.
And it's sort of that from what you can see. There are two large windows, and in that window you can see the shop beyond, which just looks like there are shelves upon shelves of various things. But the thing that really catches your eye are mannequins in various states of repose wearing things that you don't really know what you're looking at. It's clothing and armor and weaponry, you think. And you just kind of stand there for a moment in awe and maybe in terror and horror. And with regret, you guys enter. Pushing in, there's an immediate smell hits you. It's almost a cloying, minty smell. The sort of thing that's used to hide various other scents. You can't identify anything under it, but it's not very pleasant.
Someone was smoking weed in here.
Yeah,
Boon immediately starts like
weed.
sneezing.
Okay. There are a few other people walking around browsing the shelves. There are, again, many, many shelves holding various things. The store is very nicely furnished. The walls are made out of a nice, pale brown wood. Occasionally there are cubbies hollowed out with half mannequins with armor on them, weapons held up in various rungs, and just various items that are, again, difficult to identify at a glance what they are. There are necklaces and jewelry and other assorted goodies laid out across tables that dot the entirety of the store. There's a large counter at the back of the shop, farthest away from the entrance. And sitting behind it, or rather, the majority of this desk or counter is actually a big glass case where you can see various things held within that case. There is a small, completely wooden segment, and sitting at that segment is an individual with long jet black hair and glowing yellow eyes. They have red skin and very large curling horns. By contrast to their horns, they're actually fairly small. And at a glance, they look pretty young, probably around Navori's age, actually.
Oh shit!
And the person looks terribly bored. Just looking out, chin propped up on their hand, just staring.
Navari, when she's looking around, she sort of bites her lip to prevent, be like, internally, don't steal anything yet. But, she sees the person back there and she kind of squints and she's like, that's not what I was expecting. They look my age. That's weird. Is this the guy you were talking about, Sybil?
I don't think so. Sybil's gonna, Sybil, who is not necessarily here for material goods, but maybe she is, she's gonna wander the store in search of A, anything that immediately catches her interest, but B, someone who is extremely eccentric looking.
Okay, give me an investigation.
Okay. My investigation is +0. A 7.
There's a lot of stuff that catches your eye. There's a very dramatic looking cloak that has a lot of ruffles in it. Various things that look like they tick if you make them talk. Some other things that look like they should be wound up. A few fancy looking weapons, a dagger of some sort. A giant individual that looks like they are made out of some kind of wood, but not really. It's hard to really get a grasp of what you're looking at there. And you see a incredibly rotund individual with a large shell kind of dawdling around. They're by far, everyone in here looks eccentric, but you've never really seen many turtles. So this one catches your eye.
The guy at the counter.
Right. Well, that's not who she's looking for, so she's just gonna continue browsing.
Okay. Yeah, you just idly continue browsing. What about the rest of you guys?
Yeah. Clive and Boone are also just gonna kind of wander around and browse and.
Yeah, Maria's
And
actually.
Nabori too.
She's kind of. She doesn't know if she'll find it here, but she is looking for a new gun. Or bullets.
Okay. Make an investigation roll.
Okay. Oh, where is my investigation? Okay. 12.
You spend some time looking around and you see various things that look like they could be a gun, but you don't see any guns themselves, nor ammunition.
Okay.
But you get the sense that they could probably make things here too.
Right. Okay. In that case, she is gonna look for tiny crossbows.
Oh my god.
Okay.
I have a question. When you
uh-huh.
say could be a gun, do you what do you mean by that? And more specifically, I mean, are there fantasy super soakers?
Kinda, yeah.
I mean, what do you think this suck box was a prototype
Oh
for?
my
Oh
Yeah.
my goodness.
Or like maybe one of them is like a novelty lighter.
I want like a sign over in a corner. It's like spare water, $1 a gallon.
I will leave this Discord server.
I'm never gonna let it go.
20
Um,
years
you.
later, it still is there.
Mario, you. Oh, sorry.
Oh no,
Mario,
go ahead.
you do find a handful of like one-shot crossbows
Mm-hmm.
that they're very clearly like the crossbow bolt is encased in a small mechanism.
So
It's handheld. It's very clearly supposed to be used once and then discarded.
Oh, okay. All right. She'll keep browsing around.
Okay. Minnow.
Minnow gravitates towards jewelry and stuff for the shinies.
Okay. A lot of the. Sorry, go ahead.
She will be looking for anything that seems similar to the trinket that she has.
Okay. Make an investigation roll.
Okay. Oh wow. 18.
Okay. You do have to approach the glass case for most of the jewelry. It seems that the stuff they have out on the tables are elaborate things that would be difficult to pick up and run out with.
Mm-hmm.
So
Alas.
things like rings and necklaces are kept in the glass case. And you, much like Kess, you can't tell when the individual turns to look at you because their eyes are just yellow. They don't have discernible pupils. But occasionally you feel their attention on you, and they sigh, look away, and continue to look terribly bored. You do see a few rings of various sorts. They look somewhat elaborate. You see a necklace that's kind of in the shape of a heart. You don't see anything that looks like your trinket.
Okay.
How about the rest of you guys? Kess?
Cass is doing what Cass does best. She's walking.
Okay.
Observe.
Navori, you looking for anything?
Yeah, she's looking for, of course, knives. She's always looking for knives, but she's also looking for anything that, like, gives her the impression of being holy out of strange curiosity. Like, she feels like she remembers reading that there were artifacts, and she's wondering about, anything that might catch her interest in terms of the divine. Like, hey, will this give me any insight into what the fuck's going on with the deity, that kind of thing.
Okay. Make make an investigation. Why not?
Boy, this is great. Roll
10.
12.
These are all
Not
bad at
really
this.
Good. No.
Yeah. Let's see. Okay. You do not really find anything holy, at least obviously so. But you are also not really attuned to most holy objects.
Yeah.
Nothing in here grabs your religious sort of attention, though. There are half a dozen knives. There is a dagger that is practically enshrined,
Oh my gosh.
and it's this thin, wicked-looking thing with a serrated edge on one side, and the other is a very slender curve. And it seems like it has wording written on the blade that you can't discern from where you are.
just gonna go over to that because that's like calling to her inner, oh man, I want to steal that. That looks sick, like self. So she's taking a closer look to see if she can, discern what's on it. Like, is there any indication of what it is, etc.
Okay, you practically slap your face up against the
Yeah.
the little. As you get close, you do notice that it's got like a small barrier, and you push up against it, and there's wording. Can't quite make it out, and Minnow, you see that the person behind the desk and pulls away from it and starts wandering over to Navori. They're fairly slender and again look pretty young and are not large, and they are wearing pretty simple clothing. They wander over to you, Navori, and
Oh, hey.
it's a cursed dagger. It's, well, apparently it's best used on evil people, and if you do something to a good person, it does something bad to you. It's not very exciting.
Really?
Ah,
I mean,
yes,
it looks like super fancy.
Well, cursed items. It's got a nice little poem on the side that's written.
What is that written in?
That
Just
it's
common.
written. Oh no, celestial.
Oh.
It reads, what is it? Strike the cold-hearted, I double the sore. Strike the pure-hearted, I even the score. I'll have to ask Da what the hell that means, but it's what it says.
Fair. You know what? You sound like this isn't very exciting, but you do you got anything that is exciting?
Oh, we've got all sorts of things that are exciting.
Show
What
me
do you-
something you think's exciting.
Right.
Sybil hears that, perks up, and just kind of siddles into that.
He jerks his head for you to follow and takes you over to the glass case and gestures at a pipe, like a smoking pipe, and says, "That's a pipe of smoke monsters. You smoke it, and when you can make monster shapes come out that are quite distracting. It's kind of neat."
That sounds sort of amusing.
Do they,
Trying
do
to
they hurt
figure out
any?
which one of the Beatles you sound like right now.
Oh my goodness.
So in a smoke beat is kind of distracting.
Yeah.
So do they like hurt anyone, and do they just distract people?
They're just very distracting.
Hmm.
Have you ever seen a dragon made out of smoke flying at you? It's just a little frightening.
Is it like real dragon sized or just kind of tiny?
Can you blow that much smoke?
Fair.
We've got other stuff too, but this is what I find most exciting.
Sybil is subtly trying to see how many seconds she can fill her lungs for.
Make a constitution roll.
Oh my god.
Oh god, okay, what's my constitution? Alright. 6.
Nice.
You do a big inhale and start coughing.
Nice.
He just looks at you weird and,
Sorry,
by the way,
got a
I'm
condition.
I'm Adem. I work the counter here. Pleasure to meet you.
Hey, nice to meet you. I'm Nadvori.
Nice. Nice to meet you too. I'm Sybil.
You looking for anything in particular then, or can I go back to sitting and being awfully bored?
You got any, like, weird holy artifacts? I know that's sort of a strange question, but, you know. Curiosity.
No, we're more of a making things, and holy artifacts are the sort of thing find.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can't really. Dad and Dad can't really make them.
Fair. Didn't
Yeah.
they once have, like, a fucking artifact collection? I know this is weird, but you probably got a lot of people coming in here asking about that Nameless book, yeah?
She reads a lot of historical fan fiction.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, I was told to not really talk about it much. It distracts from the business, and rather not hear about their adventures and the stories told. Do you want to buy anything? I can run you through a list of things.
Sure, why not?
Right? He perks up. Looks like he's about to start giving a sales pitch. For the dramatic, we've got the Cloak of Billowing. And he gestures his hands out, and a very fancy cloak shimmers into existence between his hands. For 10 gold, it, well, billows.
Wait, that's it?
That's it. Yeah, that's most people's reactions.
Navari just kind of giggles.
We've got the Pipe of Smoke Monsters for 50 gold. We've got an Alchemy Jug, which everybody loves, for another 50 gold. You can conjure up a whole bunch of liquids and mayonnaise for some reason. Dad's weird.
Is it
Like
like a
infinite.
liquidy mayonnaise?
I don't know. I've never tried to mayo it up.
So what, is it just like anything?
No, it's like water, I think wine and mayo.
Why mayo? That's so fucking weird. But
Dad's
water's
weird.
good, wine's good.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, if you want to look around, we've got various one-shot crossbows. We've got custom commissions. We've got special amulets that protect you from being seen or
Ooh.
scryed upon.
Protect you from being seen, that sounds
Well,
good.
magically seen. It's not invisible. We're not allowed to sell things that make you invisible. It's against the law. You know,
Shit.
we've got these really cool coins. It lets you call a bird or make a whip out of one.
Wait,
Make a whip out of a bird?
No, a coin.
Oh.
wait. So you have a coin that just makes you summon a bird?
Yeah,
Is it like any bird or the same bird?
it's a big bird.
Doesn't answer the question.
Navori just mouths a big bird, like she's trying to decide if it's like a giant, humongous bird or just like a regular ass bird that's bigger than usual.
Hello?
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 Hello.
Hello?
Can you hear
Hello?
us?
I can see all of your little green things lighting up.
Oh.
Hello.
Testing! Testing!
Can you hear me? I'm just gonna say.
Hello?
Oh
This
no.
is weird because she doesn't break up.
Yeah.
Can you hear us?
Hello?
Oh,
No.
there
Oh.
she go.
Hello?
Hello?
Hi.
Okay. I'm sorry.
That was weird.
What was happening?
Oh, Navori was just trying to figure out if it was a really big bird or just a normal bird that's larger than average.
No,
Oh
it's
my God.
it's so big I'm not allowed to summon it in the store.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
That sounds neat.
yeah, it's pretty cool. All right, that's cool. I think the rest of the session's gonna be shopping anyway.
Yeah.
You're
It's
safe.
a shopping episode.
All right, sleep well.
See you guys.
Bye.
Good night.
Bye.
But
Cass just
So does the bird do
Guards
anything?
the door.
It
Or-
flies. You can ride it.
you can
You
ride
can-
it.
I want this. How much
Yep.
is it?
Me too.
Oh
Um, I can sell you 3 for 200 gold.
Well, I only want one.
Yeah, I want one too, though.
Well, you can buy.
Yeah.
How much
no,
does
no.
one cost?
Wait,
120.
Are they one use? Like you use it once and that's
Yeah, you use it once.
it. Oh,
Oh.
I see. So that's exciting.
Yeah, I can't afford 100 and whatever anyway, so that's.
We've got this weird perfume
Ugh.
that makes people like you.
Devori looks over at Sybil.
Why are
Like,
you
that's
looking at me? People like me enough on my own.
Yeah, you're right. But, like,
You really could sound more certain.
No, I mean, like, sometimes you want people that don't like you to like you. You know, like that stupid fucking baby or whatever with the wings.
Minna is just looking at these two like, fuck. Like, she's like sitting at the counter trying to. Like, she's been hovering there this whole time, just watching this.
Yeah, what are
Yes.
Clive and Maria doing?
Clive, who knows where Clive is in here at this point? He's just been like, he's like a fish out of water. He and Boon are just like
Oh.
wandering and like looking at all the weird shit.
Maria is looking for books if they have any.
There are no books, unfortunately.
Okay. In that case, she's also just kind of wandering. She'll come back around to the group eventually.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
Clive's stopping to see if there's anything that catches his interest.
Yeah.
Clive, you actually, you seemingly wander through a part of the store that has some ranged weaponry. You do see what looks like a very long, taut string, and it's called, what did I call it? Shit. You think I would keep this in mind? Where is it? Venomous crossbow string.
Huh.
And you see some crossbows that look like they're made out of material that you can't identify at a glance, but they look very fancy.
I mean,
Mario,
Clive's first reaction is, that's neat. I probably can't afford it.
Mario, you stumble upon Clive in this same kind of area. This is where you do find some ammunition.
Oh, okay.
They are very clearly bullet-ass bullets, too.
Oh. That's a lucky break.
Yeah. And you do see a sign that says, custom arms available.
Oh. That's what I wanted to see. Did you find anything?
I found a couple of things. Apparently, this bowstring is venomous.
What does
Clive
that?
sh-
What does
Clive
that
shrug.
mean?
Clive shrugged.
Does
I
it,
mean, some of these crossbows are nice, but I ain't seen one big enough for my taste yet.
it needs to be bigger?
Clive gestures to the huge ass crossbow that he's carrying.
Oh, good point. You need a small arbalest, yeah?
Something like that.
Meanwhile, back at the table,
Do they have
Adam is...
anything more illusory?
We've got an enchantment we can add to weaponry that comes from individuals that are chosen, blessed, or otherwise in some kind of magical agreement. Don't really know why the restriction is there, but it lets you turn a weapon into a snake. Not the whole weapon, but just a part, and you can take the snake and hit people with it.
It's almost it.
That sounds ridiculous. You
That
wanna hit
borders
people
on
with a
animal
snake?
cruelty. I think I just. Okay,
It's not
here's.
a real snake, mind you.
God, I'm gonna die.
Alright, I already think I know what I want to buy, but I just have a question, right? Just, I heard about this thing once. Do you have anything that just lets you summon a guy?
Adam just looks at you.
Just a regular guy. Do you have anything that lets you summon a dude?
Why would you want a guy?
Anyway, we've got this mask that if you wear it, it lets you put on the face of another person temporarily. We've got a powder that if you blow it in someone's face, they'll believe anything they see.
Oh
True.
shit.
Yeah, it's a little fucked up. You'll need
Oh, shit.
permission from Dad to purchase it.
How much is that, out of curiosity?
It's 50 gold per pinch. And it takes a pinch to use.
That's ridiculous.
Okay,
It's
what about, like, something that lets you summon a bear? Just a bear.
Why do you want to summon all these things, Sybil?
Just cause! There's
I
a
mean-
coin that lets you summon a bird! Like, why can't
We
I
could-
summon a bear?
I think I could do something that'll let you summon a bear.
Cool, what can I do with the bear? I mean, I just want the
I
pure,
mean-
unadulterated joy of summoning a bear.
I'm sensing some
Okay, but-
wordplay here.
Oh
It's-
dear.
It'll just be a bear.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to eat her.
I mean, it's just a bear.
So
I'd love that.
Namori just
Um,
kind of looks at Sybil like, you're going
That's
down
fine.
a dangerous road, girl. Keep seeing people eating in the woods.
I'll enchant an apple. Does that work? An apple?
Yeah, I mean,
it'll be a one-time use thing unless you buy
yeah.
it.
How much would it be?
Why is he suddenly southern?
I don't know. My accent's all over the place. 20 gold per.
Alright, and Sybil just fucking hands him 20 gold.
All right. I'll have that later today.
Alright.
Do you have any, like, sick knives that are better than that one that looked really fancy but was boring?
We've got the 9 Lives Stealer.
What
That
is
one's
that?
exciting.
What is that?
Well, it's a little fucked up.
Navori looks like she's still absolutely interested.
Right. It's well, you see, if you stab someone with it and they are on the verge of death, it just kinda takes all the life out of it.
Wait, so
Wow,
like
that is
just,
super fucked up.
it just straight up fucking kills them.
Yep.
Navori, like, she sort of makes a face like she's
Things that
not
make-
sure if that's her thing.
Things that make people invisible, illegal, things that will absolutely just straight up kill someone. That's fine.
That's cool.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Hey,
That
that's
one
morally
sounds like-
dubious.
Sounds
So-
like America to me.
Yeah,
Mhm.
is there any other ones that are like, for like sneaky shit?
yeah,
That
or
makes
like
sense.
weapons for children.
Excuse
They're like
me.
little crossbows, maybe?
Yeah, like
are
tiny
like-
little crossbows.
That
I
are
mean,
functional, not like
we've got gnomish crossbows. Those are pretty tiny.
Hmm.
Um,
maybe.
We don't have much for sneaking off the top of my head. I can spend some time looking, but yeah.
What about not healing? Any of that?
We've got potions.
Okay. So standard.
Minnow, something catches your eye,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a necklace that is made out of a bunch of like moving gears, and it catches your eye because it's just so unique looking compared to the rest of the jewelry.
Mm-hmm.
And there are a few items kind of around it that look like they are clockwork.
Huh, okay. When you're done talking of weapons for children, might I grab you for a moment?
Oh, yes. Hello, dear. Oh. Hello.
I don't like
What can I do for you?
Oh my god, I want to have like a little sad moment. But uh, this one here, and she like taps the glass above the cogs. Is this a set?
Oh, I see you found the clockwork amulets and rings. I'm
Mm-hmm.
about to sneeze. Hold on.
Kazuna.
Okay. Yes, this one. See what?
Oh no.
Cutting out.
Oh,
Yeah.
good. Better, worse, different.
Yeah.
Fine
It
now.
seems better now.
Okay. Well, you see, this is like kind of made from some kind of essence. I don't really know the specifics. But it rebalances you if you try to hit something. And it won't make you perfect, but it'll make it all right. They're pretty common, so they're like 10 gold each.
You mean to say if someone wearing this were to be knocked over, it would
Oh, no, it's only
take
if
you upright.
it's only if you're trying to hit something. So like if I was to throw a punch and I see that I am completely about to miss, I can activate the amulet and it will correct me to be mediocre.
So that is. Huh.
Yep.
Glances over at Navori and Sybil if that seems interesting to them.
Yeah. and
Sybil
Hornet
chimes
has
in with,
the-
what if you were going to hit them anyway? Could it make you hit them better?
No, it's only for if you're about to suck.
Yeah.
Let's see,
How about
let's
this
see.
heart one here too?
Which one? Oh, the heart?
The heart.
Oh, that one's fascinating, actually. It's an amulet of proof against detection. When you wear it, things can't scry upon you or find you through any magical means.
Why is it shaped like a heart then?
Because they can't look into your heart, I'm sure.
I see we've
Ooh.
got a poet. That's precisely it.
Nori Snickers.
That one's about 100 gold. Let's see. If you're looking for weapons, we
You
don't
also
have.
got like leather armor. That's like neat.
We've got leather. How heavy of leather are we talking?
Oh, like not super heavy. Like something that you can still be relatively, sneaky in, not making a lot of noise if you don't want to, sort of thing.
Uh, mm, He seems to be thinking. All we've really got is stuff for slightly heavier armor. Unfortunately.
Maybe if we could get Cass in here sometime, when, you know. She sort of looks back, and Cassie's probably just standing there, like, stoically.
Yeah, Cass looks very uninterested.
Yeah.
What sorts?
She's so like still propped up on the wall. You actually start to think, what if she's napping?
You just can't tell.
Gee.
Speaking of Cass, Sybil's gonna be like, hey, do you have anything that makes falling less deadly?
We've got rings of feather fall.
Holy shit. How much are those?
I do have a question about
yeah.
those, though.
Yeah.
Do they work on other people or only the user? Can you cast them on someone else if you're wearing it?
Now, if you want to cast it on someone else, you've got to buy one of the pearls of power we have. The ring lets you use it on yourself. It's got a certain number of uses per day, and that's just 75 gold.
I kind of want that. I jump off things a lot.
Oh, I forgot to even ask, how much gold did we get from our cut?
About
We have to
320.
split that up.
All total, it was... Where'd I put it? God damn it. 300 gold, 20 silver, 30 copper.
So that divided
I figure that
by
went into
6.
the big pot, too. I
How
know you
much
guys
is-
do have a...
Yeah, Maria's keeping track of it.
Yeah.
Oh, how much are we up to?
Presently we have 49 gold in it.
Oh, good. Really some high rollers, aren't we?
Totally.
Well, if we didn't split up the 300 gold and we just put it into party funds, then we technically have 340 gold inside of it.
That's right.
How much is a pearl of power?
Oh, those are expensive.
Yeah, they sound like badass.
Pearl of Power. If you want it empty, it's actually fairly cheap. It's about 20 gold. If you want a spell put in it, it is an extra 20 gold per spell level. Mind you, it's only good once if you're not a caster yourself.
If you
Oh.
are, can you put a spell in it yourself? I don't really know how this works. But
Yeah, I would like to
You
know
can,
the details.
you can store a spell in it. Yes, one per day.
Okay, theoretically, I buy an empty pearl of power, I put a spell in it, I use the spell. Can I reuse it? Can I put a different spell inside after?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Alright, oh gosh, where's Maya?
And the other two.
I feel like we should get a pearl of power with the party funds just because that
Yeah,
seems really useful.
it really
Oh, yeah.
does.
Clive has wandered over to look. He's looking for armor and clothing stuff.
Okay.
Maria,
There are definitely armors out the wazoo, but none of it it's all armor.
Oh, like heavy armor.
Yeah.
Well, no, I mean like it's like very clearly like studded leather stuff. There's no clothes really.
I mean,
Is there dog armor?
How does the studded leather look?
It looks like stuff in DM terms that is medium armor above.
Okay.
Yeah.
Clive typically wears medium armor or light
Yeah.
armor.
The one thing I don't like about 5th edition is that like there's light leather armor and
Yeah.
medium leather armor, so it's
Yeah.
I don't always know what you mean by like leather, so
Gotcha.
Right now, Clive's just wearing like leather armor. She's
Yeah.
14 AC.
Yeah, Maria too.
yeah, there is like medium leather and heavy leather.
Yeah.
Light stuff doesn't look like there's much here.
Okay. She is gonna go look for her shopkeep eventually, though. She wants to ask about a gun.
Okay. There is only a dem currently here.
Okay. She'll head their direction. Can she see them, when
so-
they're across the store, or...?
You can catch sight occasionally.
Oh, okay. Shelves in the way.
Yeah.
Sybil is gonna see Maya approaching and be like, Maya,
Hmm.
I need your help.
What happened?
Nothing. Isn't that great? We haven't earned anything yet. So, there's, we might need to get something with the party funds, because I feel like it'd be really useful after, you know.
Everything?
Yeah.
Alright, what is it?
It's this thing called the Pearl of Power, which lets you, like, put spells in it that you can cast on other people, so we could get, like, Featherfall put into it, and then if someone's about to take a spill, we won't have to pull the stunt we did the other day.
Well, we do have some money, so I don't see why not.
It doesn't really sound like a bad idea. At this point, Clive comes popping out of nowhere.
Yeah, or like more healing stuff if we're not using it to save people falling.
Now, I've only got 2 for sale.
I think we should get them both, honestly.
That seems reasonable.
That'll be 40 gold for the pair.
She'll hand over the money.
Alright, he forks over the Pearls of Power. I described it slightly wrong, but it's fine. It basically does the same thing.
Navori kind of looks over at Sybil. It's like, you know Featherfall? 'Cause I don't.
I mean, I know it exists, but I don't. I figured you were just gonna get the ring and we could, like...
Oh, yeah. I kind of want that too.
The ring is a little more expensive.
Yeah, it's like 75, right? That's what you said?
Yes, yeah.
Hold on, I gotta see how much, what Navori has in terms of money. I can never find it in Roll 20. Oh god, where is it? She does not have enough money.
Well, you are entitled to 50 gold out of the party funds.
Oh, sick. Okay, then I'm gonna get it.
Yeah, and while I'm here, because I'm gonna regret it if I don't, I'm just gonna, and she, like, reaches into her pocket and puts down 50 gold and is like, I need that pipe.
You do need that pipe.
He pulls the pipe out from the case and puts it on the table.
Thank you.
As he pulls out the ring from one of the cases, he puts it on the table, and then, now keep in mind, you can only use it once per day, so be careful with it.
Alright.
Yeah, it refreshes though, right?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
As long as you only use it once per day. If you try to use it twice, it breaks after the second time.
Alright, gotta keep that in mind.
Yeah. Navori gives half of her, part of her, well, I guess if they divvied it up, she just gives them the and she's like, should I take one of the pearls and then, we just have another one? Because, like, healing sometimes takes a lot out of me.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'll take the other one just in case. I don't know. I feel like I'm the only one that really uses spells aside from cast.
Before
I guess
I
Clive,
forget,
you could also.
the pearl cannot be handed off, so if Miss Tiefling here casts a spell into it, she can't hand it off to you, Fancy Pants, and you use the spell that she put inside of it.
Oh no, that's fine. I don't mind that at all.
Just making sure.
Alright. I guess we'll have a think about it.
Custom weapons, guns? Do you do guns?
Oh, yes. Father really likes me.
That's a relief. I think it's a relief. I don't know.
Does he do something a bit more heavy duty than like a pistol or like crossbows? I think do you have
a tiny arbalest?
They said they had like gnomish crossbows, which might be good for, what you're talking about earlier.
Clive, as an example, Clive sets down like his heavy crossbow.
Adem leans in and, may I? Pick it up.
Clive just gestures, like, go for it.
He lifts it pretty easily and turns it around and looks down the feeder and just, we could do something. It's a little crass, but We could probably modify it to shoot special bolts that do different things. Give you a little supply. Maybe add a modification that lights things on fire.
That sounds sick.
Some things will be more expensive. If you want to come back when Dad is here, he'll be able to give you a bit more solid information on both the custom gun and customizing your crossbow.
When would that be?
Oh, tomorrow, I think. Dad and Dad kind of went off to...
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I have to be here tomorrow anyway, because I gotta get my bear apple.
I'm warning you again, it's just a bear. It's not gonna
That's
like
exactly
you.
what I like.
Okay. Is it
Well,
like
I just...
a bit, but does it appear right next to you, or does it appear like further?
Well, if I throw the apple, theoretically, could the bear just come out?
It'll appear where the apple is.
Okay, great. Perfect.
Why do you want an apple that turns into a bear?
I mean,
I
that's
really
what
just
I
like-
asked, but...
I like dumb, stupid, dangerous things. They remind me of myself.
Clive like opens his mouth and he's like, and he has this like look on his face, like, huh? You know, she's not wrong.
Rory's just laughing at that.
He suddenly remembered that he did watch her grab a rope and throw herself off of a cliff a day ago.
And also put herself into a stump full of carnivorous moss.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
pick a cloud out of a stairwell.
Stop! Stop calling her out!
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to plan to come back tomorrow then.
Yeah.
Suppose I could do
Right. Okay. Well, yep, we've got other stuff if you want to look around. If not, Dad will be here tomorrow.
Alright, thank you.
Yeah.
I do have a question.
Yes.
Have you any sort that would help with communication between friends or party members while we're out adventuring?
No, but I'm sure we can make you a little pin that does that. That'll be a little expensive, unless it's like short range. If you want something a bit more farther, it'll be pricey.
Noted. Thank you so much.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna have to go to the Apple store.
God. We'll commission little Boon heads for our pins.
Right, if that'll be all, I'll make sure Dad knows you're coming tomorrow. Kind of give him a little bit of an idea of what you want.
Sick. Thanks.
Thank you.
You sure you don't want the cloak? It's pretty nifty.
No, I can
Hello,
already
sir.
do this. And she like shakes her hair and it starts blowing and the prestidigitation reads.
Yeah, I could do a thing like
Yeah,
that.
that's
too.
fair. That's
Clive
fair.
shakes his head and he's like, "No, I don't think I can. I can't really replace the one I got." So
Navori just like she doesn't really know how she's doing it, but she knows she can do it, and she just kind of makes a gust appear out of nowhere, kind of blowing her stuff around. She's like, "Yeah, I can do it. I can do it too."
Adventurers, I swear to gods.
ever try to give Clive a new cloak, he will refuse.
Right, well, see you guys tomorrow.
Thank you.
Navori
Yeah,
does
thanks. Have a good day.
a
Thank
pseudo
you.
salute and heads off.
Okay. You guys head on out of the store. And I think that's where we will stop for this week, and we'll come back next weekend for the beginning of shopping, and then what comes next?
We're gonna go check and make sure that
Horrible
child
thing.
is eating vegetables.
It's
Navori-
crossbow.
Navori
Alright.
has to check on the money.
The money! I almost
And
forgot.
you guys have leveled up.
Oh, sweet.
Hell yeah!
Fuck.
Level
Um,
5. Oh, that
yep.
means it's time for extra attack.
Whew.
Oh man.
That's
Alright.
gonna feel good.
Internet, we'll be back next weekend.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.